Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome. Where did I go? There, I'm back. I don't know what happened. All right, welcome to another week. I am still not quite set back up with the background that I want, but I've been working on connecting more of the wires in front of me anyway, including giving you a new angle to see what I've got on my desk here, so I can now point to things like the HyperDecks and the little monitors and all that kind of stuff. So that's good. I also did some more wiring up of the DeckLink cards, which I'm going to use a lot today. And but yeah, so I hope everybody's staying cool. It is extremely warm. Seems like everywhere. And yeah, I've got oh yeah, I should turn on the weather banner, because if you have said where you're from this morning in the intro or at any point, then your city will appear on the little ticker, and the weather report will appear there as well, so we can see what the weather's like everywhere. IT Never Gets Old says, did you get the airflow issue solved? No, so I did not have time this week to do that. It's going to be a project because, as you can imagine, all of this stuff has to come out of the little cabinets in order for me to cut holes. I'm basically going to expand this into a larger fan that's like actually about as big as the 3 units. And I did, however, buy everything. And I have a plan. So the plan is to so that the fans are square, right? So I'm actually going to cut a square hole into the side of this cabinet instead of a round hole. Also, square holes are easier to cut. And then I'm going to actually embed the fan in this wall. It's only a little bit thicker than this, and turns out the fan is actually the same thickness as from this edge to the gear, which isn't good. So I'm actually going to embed it in the wall, and then it will be plenty of space between the gear and the fan. And I got a little grill to put over it. So that's the plan. I'm gonna do one on each side. That also means I need to get the 12-volt wiring for both fans in each of the racks. So it's a project. Gotta take all this stuff out, mark all the wires so I can put it all back together again, and then cut those out, paint it, and then do, yeah, it's gonna be a project. So I also didn't want to take it all apart before today because I'm actually running a live stream for KmikeyM this afternoon, which is mostly what we're going to be talking about today. And he might actually join me here to do a little test of our remote guest capabilities. So we will see. Andrew says, new lighting set looks great. Thanks. Yeah, I've been tweaking it slightly. So now mostly on one light on the side, and I do have a light that's lighting up the lighting everything that you are seeing here down and not lighting my face. So that way when I have stuff out on the table, oh, that's not quite in focus because I was showing something else earlier. What is that speck? It's amazing how all the dirt, all the little dust specks look so much bigger on camera than they do in person. I don't know why that is. Anyway, so all this stuff is like super well. This is actually way overexposed. I was shooting something else before. I wonder if it'd be easier to just build version 2 of the cabinet as opposed to upgrading the existing ones. Not really. There's actually a lot of work that went into these as is, just because like getting these pieces cut out and then glued and sanded. This I didn't quite nail this one. You can kind of see the seam there, but on that side you don't see it, and then you also don't see most of the other seams. Like this face, I can't see it at all, and on this one I can't really see it. There's a lot of sanding involved, a lot of multiple layers of paint. So yeah, it's just gonna be a quick little cut with a jigsaw. Not a big deal. Either way, most of the work is actually taking the stuff out of the rack and putting it back together. So yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, yesterday I got to help out on a bike move. Decided to, since we moved everything, we had 70 people move our stuff to this location. Decided to return the favor and help somebody else move their stuff. So that was yesterday afternoon. It was a lot of fun. There were about 20 people on that ride. I do have, I should have the ability to share this video as soon as I figure out which Apple TV I'm supposed to share to. You can do it. There we go. Yeah, so this was all the furniture on bikes. Couches, dining table, chairs, desk, everything going on bikes, working its way across town. And yeah, it was fun. That one was about 20 people on that ride, and we did it all in one trip. No major incidents, which is great. So it was fun. Maybe you could have used 5-volt fans and tap into USB. I did definitely had that thought. I couldn't find 5-volt fans that were also white and were also the right size. So I looked. I tried. Originally, so Noctua has 5-volt versions of the fans, but I didn't like the color, and because they're going to be on the edge of the cabinet, like you will absolutely see it. So I wanted them to be white. I actually have them. Let me put up another bike move video while I go grab them. So this you can haul all sorts of stuff on bikes. It's great. So this is the one that I got, the Corsair 120 millimeter. 120 is the right size for this. Haven't even opened this package yet. For some reason, my little knife is not here. So this, oh wow, I did a great job of opening that box. Yeah, this, I'm excited about this. On the side of, you will basically see it because it's going to sit right there. And I do have a little covering for it, but yeah. So yeah, you can see it's like almost exactly 3 rack units tall, which is great. So, but yeah, it does mean 12 volts. So there's a lot of 12 volt wiring that goes in there and all that. So would you use the Axune CMO for IRL streaming? If not, what would you recommend as an encoder for $250 or less for just one camera angle? The Axune CMO is good. It does mean that you're actually using your phone to stream. So if you want something that's like a dedicated encoder, that, let's see, under 250. How much was the little one I was playing with? What's it called? Zoe-Tech. I feel like that was about that price. 169. This is an option if you're trying to get to under 250. Although ATEM Mini Pro is 295 now, so same with the GoStream, but maybe not the best for IRL stuff since it requires a bit of power. But here, take a look at this Zoe-Tech. Zoe-Tech encoder. I was playing around with this a couple weeks ago when I was testing out doing the 4K multi 1080p video feeds in a 4K stream, and I was pretty impressed with this little thing. It's just a little box. It has one HDMI in. It takes this one is, I believe, actually. This one I think was USB powered, which is great if I remember correctly. There's two of them. One of them was not USB powered. I think this one is USB power. And that is also handy for if you're trying to make a really portable rig. So yeah, there's a couple other similar ones that are like that kind of form factor, that kind of size. Enjoying your OnlyFans live stream. Yeah, I guess my live stream is going to be OnlyFans for a few weeks, huh? Yep, new studio, still working it out. Not quite dialed in yet. I am going to eventually move the nicer looking shelf in place of this. It's just a lot of stuff to move. Install a cooling system like they did for the crazy supercomputers. Yeah, right. Which PTZ cameras do you recommend for newbies like us for tennis live streaming? Just starting with the Olobox Ultra and willing to invest in these PTZs. I don't really have a good recommendation for PTZs just because I haven't really done a lot of research on them yet. So yeah, I don't know. The options seem to be, there's like the OBSBot family of like smaller ones, which are significantly cheaper than like ones with proper lenses, but they're definitely not the quality you'll get from like a big lens that can do optical zoom. But then those jump up in price a lot. So I'm sure some of the people in the chat here have recommendations, so feel free to drop your recommendations down in the chat. Why is my ATEM Mini getting so hot? What can I do about it? How hot? It definitely isn't. It'll get warm, but it shouldn't get like uncomfortably hot. I guess it depends on the environment that you're in. If you are in a hot environment, then it's going to have less opportunity to cool itself down. I guess the biggest thing you can do is just make sure that there's enough airflow around it on all sides. So there's get it up off the desk instead of putting it flat. So you can use one of the stands, of course, PK1 stands. Let me drop that link for that. This will get it up off the table, which will help with airflow, which is really what you need. So where's the shot at an angle? Yeah, so you can see how it tips it up at an angle so that there's more room on the bottom, because sometimes it's the bottom that is collecting all that heat on a desk. I want to set up a home video studio with the ability to do panel discussions. Where can I find the best studio furniture? I have no idea. I'm sure it completely depends on where you are too. I've never bought studio furniture. I've just bought like IKEA stuff and turned it into basically a home office. Gwen says Canon PTZs are good but expensive. Yeah, I think the general theme you'll find is that PTZ cameras start getting expensive. What is your signal chain for mix effect? I will admit I don't use mix effect very often, although I will be using it quite a lot today. So today I am, because I'm doing this live stream with 4 remote guests. I won't be in the stream. I'll just be in the control room, thankfully. But since I will be doing the stream with the guests, the goal, I'm gonna actually be using mix effect a lot mainly for SuperSource adjustments. We're gonna build this stream deck out today on the stream, which we need to start doing pretty quick here, for all the buttons I need. But then mix effect does the SuperSource animations, which are super cool. So I'll be able to create the different layouts with the different numbers of guests, and then animate between them when one person starts talking and that kind of thing. I just realized I do have this other camera angle. Let's see. Where are you? This one. A little bit better view of mix effect on the desk there. There we go. So yeah, as soon as you go and press that, it'll like animate, and the SuperSource actually does the animation, which is kind of cool. So we'll use that, and need to actually get working on that pretty soon. So let me take a couple more questions, and then we'll move into setting up the stream deck. What are your thoughts on the ATEM SDI Pro ISO versus OC duet? I love the idea of the Vinci Resolve project file at the end just in case, but I've heard that those recordings are about 50-50. 50-50 what? The ISO recordings. So one of my biggest complaints about the ISO recordings, and in particular the Resolve project that gets created, is it's really only capturing camera angle switches. And I guess on the ATEM SDI Pro it's not as big of a deal, but on the Extreme it's where it's kind of annoying, because it doesn't capture anything about the SuperSource layouts. So if you are using SuperSource where you're doing the 4-up boxes, like none of that gets captured even in the Resolve project. So you really can only reconstruct it later manually in a video editor, which, I mean, it works, but it's just like, it's annoying. And then there's some other things that get missed from the file, which are like the, what is it? It's like something about the key, the downstream or upstream keys. And now I can't remember exactly. But it does do the camera switching cuts in the Resolve file. Basically, what I've found is that I have never used the Resolve file that comes out of it, but I have used the ISO recording a lot just to get 4 files recorded at the same time. But the OC, the Duet has fixed a lot of the hardware connectivity problems of the ATEM Mini. So you get 2 USB ports, you get a headphone jack, you get the ability to you can even like, bring in NDI. You can play it back a video from an SD card. So it's just a lot more stuff that's in it. So you don't need to attach as many accessories to use it. So it really depends on how much you want to use that resolve file. Matt says, I just got the Tail Air, the ObSpot Tail Air, and it's okay for inside my studio, but way too small and not enough zoom for tennis. Yeah, it's a good tip. I would not expect that to have enough zoom for a big field at all, yeah. How best to remove the audio-video delay on ATEM switchers? So the delay is not in the ATEM. There's like a frame of delay that gets created in the ATEM. The delay is actually in your camera, and every camera will have a different amount of delay that the HDMI port delays out. So the LUMIX cameras that I use are about, what is it, like 4 frames or so. There's other cameras that might be 8 frames. Some cameras you might get lucky and have only 1 frame. So the delay is happening in the camera. So if your audio does not come through the camera, then you have to compensate for the video delay. So one of the easiest ways to avoid this problem entirely is to, 1, use all the same cameras so that your video delay is all the same across everything. And then 2 is bring your audio in through one of those cameras. That way you just don't have any sync issues to begin with, and you never have to worry about it. So if your microphone is connected into one of the cameras and all your cameras have the same video delay, then there is no delay you have to worry about anywhere. And that's definitely the easiest way to do it. IT Never Gets Old is pointing out, yes, I should have clarified. The resolve file does not have a SuperSource as an editable object, but the SuperSource is in the program output ISO file. Yeah, so it's not that you don't get SuperSource in your recording, it's just that it's not in the ISO part, so you can't recreate it. Like, it'd be nice if the Resolve project had the little boxes that you could, change the shape of or whatever, but yeah. Gwen says, what's the lowest latency way to get Osmo Pocket 3 into one of the ATEM SDIs? I couldn't find any UVC SDI converters, so best I could think of is UVC HDMI and then HDMI SDI. Probably. I feel like I have seen a UVC SDI though. I think it was from AV Matrix. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I have one in my rack actually. It was AVC. It was from AV Matrix, and they actually sent this to me a long time ago. And I should. Well, now I get to mention it. This is. Yeah, let me grab the link. This is probably the best bet for this. AV Matrix SDI UVC capture. There we go. Yeah, it is exactly what you would expect. It is it actually has HDMI in also, which is nice, but it has SDI in, USB-C out, and it is UVC class. So yeah, it works. It works great. I have it plugged in here to this computer actually, but now I can't remember where. Let's see. Is it in this or is it in my Matrix? I think it's in the Matrix. It is, yeah, SDI capture card, that one. Oh, the 3D printer is connected to it. So I should be able to open up QuickTime and just show a quick capture from it. Let's see. Oh, is it not plugged in? I think I may not have actually plugged into my computer. Yep. Oh well. It's got video signal going into it, but I didn't plug in the USB into my computer yet. Not quite all set up back to normal here. Great. Clever says, will the OC duet take NDI or HX? I believe it's HX. I believe it's only HX. We should be able to find it pretty quickly on their product page. Let's see, NDI. This page, NDI HX. I'm pretty sure it's only HX. Yeah, which is fine. Oops. AV matrix converter is the wrong way. Did I misunderstand your question? UVC in and SDI out. I think I did misunderstand your question. Yeah. Oops. I got it backwards. Sorry. Yes. I was talking about UVC capture cards. You were talking about UVC to SDI. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Yes, I've also not seen any UVC to SDI converters because that's a weird thing to do to begin with. The UVC to HDMI converters are essentially a tiny computer, and the one from OBSBot and RGB Link, it's basically just a little computer that grabs USB video and does HDMI out. And I've never seen anybody build an SDI version of that. Pocket 3 to ATEM SDI for a camera angle. Yeah, right. Okay, so the other way to do it is go into a computer, an actual computer, and then you could do that in OBS, for example. So you could grab the little Ultra Studio monitor from Blackmagic and plug that into OBS. So that would go webcam into OBS, OBS out SDI, and then you're not using a monitor on the computer, which is nice. The other way to do it is through something like the Director Mini or any of those, although that's HDMI, I guess that's not really going to help you. But the Director Mini can take webcams in and take HDMI out. But yeah, basically all these are going to be HDMI. So you're probably going to need an SDI converter in there at some point. The good news is those don't really add delay, so it's fine. It's just an extra box. Great. Oh yeah, and then Matt says I use a Pocket 3 all the time on my Ultra straight into the USB port. If you are using a switcher that takes USB webcams, that solves your problem. Also good to note that the OC GoStream Duet does take a webcam in. So if you are using the GoStream Duet with SDI ports, you could plug in the webcam into one of those. Armando says, how can I add 4 cameras without NDI to a laptop using vMix? If you don't want to use NDI, then you're basically looking at using a capture card. There is a Blackmagic makes a card, several different versions of the card, so you can choose the number of ports that you want. Maybe this will be the transition. So there's all these kinds of cards that have different configurations of number of ports, number of SDI, number of HDMI, fiber, IP. But there's the one that I have is the Duo. So there's four video ports that can be configured either for input or output. So you could use it to bring 4 cameras into the computer, and vMix can pull the feeds out of each of these. So this is the one that I have. I'm actually using it in the other direction where they're all 4 configured to be outputs. And that gives me 4 outputs to use for Zoom ISO. So Zoom ISO, as soon as we get this up and running, this will be, I have spots created for 4 guests and a screen share. And then each guest who's in the Zoom call will be output over one of the different ports on that card. And then the 4 ports on the card are connected into the ATEM. So I can actually into the video hub first, so I can route them. And then I can put them into SuperSource layouts. So I've got this SuperSource layout created where these are actually the actual video feeds from Zoom ISO right now. They are blank because there's no Zoom call active. But that is eventually going to show the guests from Zoom. And each of the guests' audio will come out through a separate port too, so we can do audio mixing as well. So let's dive into that, I guess, because I got a lot of setup to do. Oh, before we do that, one more thing. I officially booked a reservation on a boat in Portland for August 4th. So Sunday, 3 weeks from now. And we are going to get a few people in Portland in town, or if you want to come to town, you're welcome to go on a little boat trip up and down the river and do a live stream from the boat. So we will put together a little streaming rig on the boat, get a little cell modem, connect, and do a stream on Sunday. It's going to be later in the day compared to this stream because the place doesn't open until 11 a.m., which is 2 hours later than my normal time. So my thought is we get on the boat at 11, spend an hour doing, getting out to the middle of the river somewhere, doing setup and testing, and then go live around maybe 12. So it'd be 3 hours later than the normal stream. So sorry to all the Europeans, but hey, it's still not midnight for you. And it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, if you are in town, or if you want to come into town, join the members Discord and we'll chat there and coordinate. I've already got like a doc linked from there about the plan for all this and building the RSVP list. I also definitely want to stream, do a little drone fly around of the boat, and I'm trying to figure out how to do this legally, but I'm pretty sure it's okay because as long as we're not flying over other people in boats, it's okay to fly over the water. And only thing is, I really don't want to lose the drone, so I'm gonna do some test flights with this first. But I got this little floaty thing for it, so the drone clips into this, and then it's a little floaty for the drone. And they say this is made for water landings where you can just like set down on the water. I don't really plan on doing that because then I have to reach out of the boat to grab it anyway. But my thought is this is a last resort safety thing where if the drone does crash into something in the sky and falls down, at least it won't sink when it hits the water. It may still ruin the drone if it gets totally wet when it falls, but hey, at least we'll get the SD card out. So I'm gonna do some test flights with this first because this is kind of a lot of weight to add. It's like 40 grams or something. I don't have a weight limit because it's already like a Part 107 commercial flight, so there's no weight limit, but there's no 250 gram weight limit. So it doesn't matter that I'm adding 40 grams on it, but it is kind of a lot of extra weight for the drone to carry. So it's going to cut down on the flight time and change the way it behaves in the air. So I am going to do some tests with this over land first before I do this over water. But hopefully the idea will be that we can get a live video feed from the drone while we're on the boat to you live. So that'll be fun. All right. Gwen says, sounds like HDMI SDI converter is required in just about all cases for UVC to ATEM SDI. Yeah, I think that's the deal. Yeah, we had a guy try one on the lake trip, and it's a huge air drag, so be careful. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to significantly change the way the drone behaves. So I'm definitely going to do some test flights first, not over water. I'm not trying to go far or fast with the drone anyway, so like mainly I just want to do like, spin around the boat, that kind of thing. The one thing that I'm will not be able to know until we are out there is the regulations are that you can operate a drone from a moving vehicle, but only in, quote, sparsely populated areas. So there is no actual definition of what sparsely populated means, but like a crowded river is not sparsely populated. But possibly there's going to be a spot on the river that is where there's like nobody for hundreds of feet, and I could probably justify that. Mainly like the thing that you don't want to do is like have the drone following you and then like suddenly someone comes out of nowhere and cuts across, you know, under it or whatever. So if when we get out into the river and we go to like the far part on the north where there's less bridges and docks and stuff, if that is if I feel it's safe enough, then we will do a little bit of drone chasing. We are going to start down here at the Portland Electric Boat Company, and then they only let you go as far as this bridge. So that's as far south as we can go. And then we'll go up the river all the way up to 405, which is Steel Bridge, so Fremont Bridge. Yeah, so we'll be able to go all the way up here. And I'm thinking maybe this part of the river is big enough, wide enough, and there's like, it's really just train tracks up here, so there's less docks because we're not in the central part of the city. So maybe up here we'll be able to do a little chase the boat with the drone flight. It'll be fun. No underwater drone. I thought about it. Believe me, I definitely thought about it. I don't know if we want to see what's under the water in the Willamette River. Yeah. UVC to SDI, maybe one of the SDI link by encoder versions could do it as they accept UVC inputs. Oh yeah, that's a good point. They do have some SDI versions. They have a whole bunch of different models. That's a good tip. I bet there is one of those. And let's see if I can find. See if I can find. Oh yeah, I got the 4-channel version of this, which is overkill, but this is an example of it where it does actually have an SDI out, and it can take a USB webcam in. So you could do it with this, and I think they have a. I think they have a SDI version. Oh, with just one inputs. Great. What's your ideas for internet uplink from the boat? So we are going to be in the middle of the city the whole time. It's not actually remote at all, so I'm not terribly worried. I did just get the GL iNet 5G 5G modem router, so I'm going to do some tests with that again here, just because I want to make sure that the Wi-Fi network that it creates is solid enough, because we will have some devices on Wi-Fi, probably a phone as a camera. Starlink Mini, I definitely don't need that because, like, again, we're not actually, we're going through the center of town. We're not remote at all. So the cell towers are all, and the river isn't even that wide. So cell towers are all within range, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm not super worried about it. Okay. Time to get set up for this show. So at 2 o'clock, which is 4.5 hours from now, I will be doing a live stream with 4 remote guests, bringing them in and running this for Mike. Mike KmikeyM is a publicly traded person, which means he has a website where you can buy shares in him, and then do things like vote on decisions about that he posts to shareholders. The new thing is that he is establishing a board of directors. So there is a whole process for doing this that has been in progress for a couple months now, but today is the final candidate debate, live interactive elimination. I have this video linked down below. So this is going to be live soon, and the run of show is basically he has a keynote deck with a bunch of like quiz questions created. We have a Slido for audience participation. We have I have a stage timer countdown timer that I'm using for the run of show. And I need to now set up this stuff to be able to actually do this. So that is what we're going to do for the rest of the time today, because I did not have enough time to prepare beforehand. One thing I did already do was I did all the wiring for the DeckLink card into the ATEM. So I do have now four. I have my DeckLink set up to, where is it? Desktop video. I have the DeckLink Duo 2 card, and it is set up so that all of the ports are set up as outputs, and they are individual outputs now instead of tying them together like I do for key fill graphics. So I have 4 video outs there. I also have the IP2110 DeckLink, which gives me IP video out, and so there are 4 guests, so they're going to use 4 slots in the DeckLink card. And then I also need to share slides. So what I'm doing is Mike is going to get on Zoom and then do screen sharing into Zoom, which I can then pull out, and I need another port for that. So for that one, I'm actually going to use the DeckLink IP for that. So if you look here, I've got the 4 Zoom ISO slots using the DeckLink, and then the active screen share will be sent out of the DeckLink card. I didn't want to use the Ultra Studio 4K because I need that for web graphics like the Slido. So the DeckLink means it's going to send IP data to over the network, which I'm going to then capture using this one, which is the 2110 to SDI converter. So in here, I was able to go in and say output 1 pulls video from the DeckLink IP. Output 2 pulls video from DeckLink IP2. For some reason, there's only 2. Even though this device supports 3 video feeds and the DeckLink card supports 3, the Mac software only supports 2 right now. I don't know why, but it's fine because I actually only need 1. So basically that gives me the 5 video feeds into the switcher, which I'm then going to be able to use in SuperSource layouts. So this SuperSource layout is the four feeds from Zoom ISO. If I do this really quick, I should be able to display output name on image. Yeah, so now the SuperSource actually has 1, 2, 3, and 4 in there. So you can see it's the 4 different placeholder graphics. So that's that. Then the background of that SuperSource is actually a Keynote file. I keep forgetting that Keynote is like actually really good for motion graphics for live streams. So what I did was I just opened up Keynote. They have these motion backgrounds that are built in, but you can like tweak the colors or the speed or the shape of them. So I made one that is colors I thought were relevant to this. We don't really have good branding for this event, but yeah, that's what that is. So I tweaked the colors a little bit, and then I also have I don't know if I'm going to use this one, but I made this version as well. Just with a few extra graphic elements, but we'll see. And because this is Keynote, like it'll be actually pretty easy for me to switch between or add a new slide if I need to. No audio in the screen share, so guaranteed no video in the Keynote presentation. I will double check, but I did not. I guess I can just toggle this right now. Might as well. So send ISO audio out. Okay, so Clearly Media says, have you done any more work in Vinci Replay? Having issues with trying to use it as a DSK because the source is constant on the source and not just when you hit run. this is they are aware of this, and that is why it says that only the Ultra Studio 4K supports this, not the smaller Ultra Studio. This is if you go to not the mini, but if you go to the support page and look at the firmware updates for this, the where is it? Wait, was it desktop video? Yes. So it was, I believe, in this one. Yeah. So for the 4K mini, adds mute on fill and key output for replay use. So this feature, this mutes the audio out of the SDI port when Resolve is not outputting the video, but also because this is the 4K mini with the two SDI ports, you have to use the key channel as well. So if you're using so this has the two SDI outs, one of those will be the video, and one will be it'll flip between black and white, which you put on your downstream key, and then the key will be transparent when it's not the replay is not on. I don't know why they did it that way instead of like making it connect to the ATEM and toggle the key on and off, but maybe this was simpler because that way it's not talking to the ATEM. But so you do need to use that key channel in the keyer. Looking for something on the Blackmagic website, SpongeBob X time later meme, absolutely. Okay, back to the debate. Oh, Michael says that mute is so necessary, but there's a workaround. Oh, good to know. Michael's been doing more work on the replay stuff than me. Philip says, does your debate also have a moderator that needs an on-screen presence? Yeah, so the debate is between Josh, Bo, and Doug. I need to get their lower third set up. And then Mike is the moderator. So I've got 4 people remotely. I'm not going to be on the stream, although technically I should be able to jump in if I need to, because I'll be sitting right here. But I'm not planning on being on the stream. So this is the schedule. Pretty straightforward schedule. And I just need to set up all these buttons. So, okay, first, I guess, what do I need to do? So let's look at the description of this again. So there's going to be, and then Mike is going to join, I might be able to get him on Zoom. Oh, I had to do some audio tricks too, because thankfully the mixer I have is great for this, but I had to relabel everything in the mixer because I moved all my ATEM sources around. So I do have audio. So the 4 remote guests are coming in ATEM 1, 2, 3, 4, which means they show up in the first 8 audio channels in the mixer. So I don't know why these are not all set to 0. We should probably reset all these. And that also means, so this is what's going to the ATEM. This mix is going to the ATEM. I also have the mixer plugged into my speakers again, so I can hear stuff from the speakers. So I could, instead of using headphones, just have Zoom have the audio from the guests come out into the room. I probably will use headphones just because I probably want to monitor the actual program audio. So I have the 4 remote guest audio here. Do I have the audio from the slides brought into the mixer? It depends on how early in the thing this is plugged in. 11. So it should be, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. I could have just multiplied that by 2. So the IP2110 audio should be coming in channels 22 and 23. And I did not turn those on, but it should be here and here. So let's rename this to IP21.10.1. And then I can stereo link these. Oops. 21, 22. Oh, did I get that wrong? I did. 1, 2. Oh, it's 20 and 21. Right? ATEM 1 takes up slots 1 and 2, so it's times 2 minus 1. Okay, let's do this again. Let's get rid of these, and it's 21 and 22. And then these are stereo linked. There we go. Okay, so that should theoretically be the audio from the slides, if there is any. Curious how you like using Stage Timer for your run of show. Also, have you tried John's product, Rundown Studio? I have not tried Rundown Studio yet. I should have maybe thought about that for this. Cool. Okay, so audio. I will be... Oh yeah, so other part of the audio story is that each of the Zoom guests will have their ISO audio fed into the mixer, so I can choose what to do with it. I'm also going to have audio of like music or probably don't have time to do sound effects. I kind of wanted to do like, I do have cheers. I guess I have my applause sound effects, which I can trigger quickly. Those are going out of OBS, which means if I want the people in Zoom to hear the sound effects or the music, I need to send Zoom audio that does not include the people on Zoom, mix minus, right? So what I actually need to do is make a separate mix for sending to Zoom, which I have with a, sadly my mixer has one card slot, which can either be a USB card or the MADI card, and I have a MADI card, so I don't have a USB output on the mixer. But I have an aux out going into a separate audio device that's connected to the Mac, so I can choose what goes out the Mac Mini Mix separately from what's going out to the live stream. So I've turned off all of the Zoom audio here, but I've turned on OBS, and if I need to talk to the Zoom guests, I can always bring myself up, and then they'll be able to hear me, but the stream will not hear me. So I'm going to turn that off here, and then I'm going to turn those off. So right now, only the OBS audio is going into Zoom. So if I go into Zoom ISO and start a meeting, I guess let's just start a meeting. I need to go select the audio device, which is going to be the Mini Fuse, which is the audio device. It's just a single channel audio interface. Zoom output, I'm not really going to be using the audio from Zoom itself, so I've just sent it back to the Mini Fuse. So if I do need to, I could plug in headphones into it if I need to hear it from Zoom, but I'm actually going to be hearing the audio from the ISO feeds brought into the audio mixer. So I don't, I don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to turn on original sound for musicians, which is you have to first do in settings. But once you enable this, it means that it turns off Zoom's audio processing that like tries to reduce background noise and non-speech. So if I am going to be playing music or sound effects, I need to make sure that original sound for musicians is turned on, high fidelity music mode, stereo audio. And then when you're in a meeting, you also have to actually enable it here. So now I can play sound effects and music, and then the Zoom people will hear it. For video, I also want to send Zoom the program out that I'm streaming, because I want them to know who's on screen, whether they are on screen, which of them are on screen, whether it's full screen or somebody else. So for this, I'm actually going to, I plugged in the constellation. So this is going to do a tunnel vision, because that's what's on in the Constellation right now, but this is the program video feed from the Constellation. So I will be sending the Zoom guests the actual live video feed, but only the audio from the stuff that originates here. Okay, so far so good. What's going on in the chat? Okay, all sorts of nonsense. Great. Okay, button time. So now that's how things are laid out. What I need to do is probably the most important thing is that let's save the fancy stuff for later. Probably the most important thing is I need to be able to just do basic camera switching between all the different guests. So we're going to first spend some time in Companion. I need to pick an empty page for this. Let's take 80. And what I'm going to do here is give myself, let's see, I'm going to rename this page actually because I need to be able to press the buttons on the Stream Deck. I need to go to my home page and make a button that skips to that page. I guess it'll be this one. Most of these buttons just jump out to other pages. So we're going to go do that. Great. So now I can just jump to that page and see that I'm on my deck. Okay. You know what I'm missing is the ability to see my chat when I don't have that up on the screen. Let's fix that. Somewhere in here I have, so I'm just setting a little iPad next to me here, and I do have a bookmark for my chat page somewhere. Maybe not. There we go. Oh, I have to log in first. Great. Oh boy. Oh, come on. Really? Huh. I thought I had a passkey for this. Maybe not. There we go. Oh, I should fix that. There we go. Why not live switch? Not sure what you mean. That's what I am doing. That's what I am doing. Sorry if I mix it. How are you getting the audio from each Zoom ISO feed into the mixer? Oh, you didn't miss it. I just forgot to explain it. This is, so the way that I've got my, so I have the ATEM Constellation 4 ME, which is the large 40 input ATEM. That model in particular has a feature which lets you bring digital audio into a mixer over what's called MADI, M-A-D-I. So the X32 rack mixer that I have supports MADI input. So basically what it means is that the mixer is set up where it's a separate card you have to buy, and then there's a single SDI cable that goes from the ATEM to the mixer, and that lets me bring so all the first 32 channels are actually from the card. I did do some customization, some mapping of this. Oh, actually, that one I'm not going to change it now because I don't trust myself, but I customized the last one to be the microphone. But basically the first, all the 32 channels are actually digital audio channels from the ATEM, not the physical ports on the mixer, with the exception of the single channel 32, which is my microphone. But that's how the audio comes into the mixer. So it's basically just a mixer for the ATEM, which is, I love it. It's super great. Great. Don't forget to add a scoreboard for on-screen tracking of when candidates score points. Interesting point. Okay, let's get Mike in here, and then we're going to have him also. We can have him talk about what's going on. So for this is going to be a good test of Zoom ISO. I am going to. Oh, you need a second person to switch this. I'm not on the stream, so I am the producer for this, so it'll be fine. Okay, so for this, I'm going to. Oh, I want to monitor. I don't want to monitor program audio anymore. I want to monitor. Oh, I really wired that in there. I want to be able to hear Zoom audio because I'm going to be talking to Mike right now. So let's. Oh my gosh. I really, I really wired that in. Oh, you can't see it. It's just a little bit off screen. The headphone cable is like tucked in to this desk. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. I had to lift the whole desk up. So I'm going to plug that into the audio interface here. Instead of hard coding the name on your menu button, you could use the variable. Oh, that's a good tip. I should really do that. Variables, internal page number. That's a good tip. I did not know that. So I should be able to do this. Look at that. That's great. That'll help. I'll do it to all these other ones later. Okay. Mike is here. Okay, great. Let's send an invite. So I should be able to just do in Zoom ISO. It launches a little Zoom interface. Go to my participants list, copy invite link, paste this into our chat, and then he should pop up here in a second. So great. Then we'll get a chance to put these buttons to work. There's Mike. All right, Mike is in the Zoom. Yeah, I gotta turn up my headphones here. There we go. Can you say something again? Great. Okay, so they can't hear you yet because you're not actually on stream. So let's turn on Zoom ISO. Meeting is being live streamed. Yeah, you should use a microphone and headphones if you can. Great. So this is now running, and I'm going to put Mike in slot 1. And great. Mike is in slot 1, and then I guess
Hey.
where's the audio? So I need to make audio buttons for this to really make this work, but we're going to turn on his audio, and now they should be able to hear you. So
Okay. Hopefully I'm in. Oh wow. So this is me as the host, and
Yeah, you're the host now. I'm going to put myself.
I had to mute the other feed because I had both going
Oops.
on.
And I'll put myself in
Does
box
this
two.
look
There we
great?
go.
Oh, no, I can't hear you though.
You can't hear. You can't.
Because I muted the feed to the YouTube that I was watching. I don't think I'm getting any audio through the stream.
Let's fix that.
The,
Now you should be able to hear me.
Yep, that's great.
So I had to turn on my, well, like I said, I muted myself in Zoom earlier. So I had to turn on my mic that goes to Zoom. Audio is
wow.
Okay. Audio is doubling. Hold on. I need to fix double audio. Double audio on mic. I heard mic for a second before you tweak the audio settings. Oh, so Zoom audio is going into the stream somehow.
Let me know if you need to keep talking as a test. Otherwise,
yeah, you should. Go ahead and just keep talking. Let me just double
plug
into program audio.
There was a question that I'll just randomly answer that I saw in the chat about asking how Aaron is as a shareholder. Well, obviously biased as he is producing the show, one of my major shareholders, and a member of the board. So, well, actually, that's a fun thing to talk about is why and how all of this is happening. The board is basically allows me to have private conversations with certain shareholders. What I've found in my many years of doing this project is that I don't always have, I can't always be fully transparent and public on the internet with everything that I need advice about. So we've designed this elaborate process of elimination to come up with the board members. Should I just keep going, Aaron, and you'll interrupt me when you need me to stop talking? Okay,
go ahead. I'm actually trying to track this down because I don't know how your audio is on the stream right now. It is, but I don't know where it's coming from. So I need to track that down first. But yeah, you can go ahead and keep.
Okay.
What I should do is I should make a new layout here so that we can see my computer screen and us. Let's do box 2 is my computer and box 3 is me. And then we can watch what I'm doing while you're talking.
Great. Yeah, so the elaborate system that we sort of came up with, that I came up with and foisted on the candidates is I'm on the board and then I get to choose 2 people to be on the board. The other seats are 2 people voted in by the shareholders, which is what the entire production today is about, kind of the final round of that process. And then the single highest shareholder gets to appoint someone to the board. So it was sort of designed with both the goal of giving me a sounding board that I can interact with privately while still being a publicly traded person, respecting my shareholders, and at the same time being as possible in terms of creating dramatic opportunity. So we'll see what happens. Today's the 3rd phase of this elimination process we've been going through. And when I mentioned the idea of a debate, I think it struck a nerve or a chord in Aaron's brain and got turned into a wonderfully more elaborate process than is needed, but I think Aaron and I both revel in that.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted by graphics moving around.
Sorry.
Screen,
yeah.
yeah. No, it's okay.
Cool.
I'll have to get used to it for the feed.
You will, yeah. So I found the problem, and I should be able to switch back to Zoom audio so I don't hear myself on a slight delay, which is one of the worst things in the world. The problem was that I routed all of the feeds from the decklink card, which I have a little multi-view here so you can see Mike is in this little box. All 4 of those are going into the HyperDecks also because I want to be able to at least test this of like I could record Mike now by hitting this button and only him will be recorded into that file. But this audio was getting sent back into the ATEM, which is where the doubling up was coming from. And I didn't have it turned on the in the mixer. So I wasn't even seeing seeing the level because I didn't have the channels turned on. So this is the HyperDeck audio. And that was turned on, and I fixed it. And now everything is fine. So yeah, Mike, do you have a better microphone? Because people are pointing out that
Yes.
your sound is very ambient. So we'll get that fixed. And we should do a latency test. It shouldn't. There shouldn't. Maybe once we have a different mic, it'll be fixed. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is start making these buttons. So I need buttons for I need buttons to turn on and off audio from each person, so I can force mute people if we need to, and also full screen video. So let's just do simple buttons first for that. So I'm going to do yeah, I guess I can start with the preset.
Is this better for my audio?
This sounds a lot better. Great.
Okay. I'm using a real microphone now.
Oh, good. We should do a quick sync test also. Can you just give a clap? Oh, Zoom mutes claps.
Is there another sound that can be made?
I think if you clap while you're talking, it'll come through. No, it's trying to cancel out anything that's not speech.
Okay, so if I'm talking just a little bit and then I tap the play date, does that come through?
Nope, not really.
Wow.
Wow. But yeah, you should actually, if you go to Zoom, you should see a button that says turn on original sound. You might have to configure that in your client first.
Let's see.
In the settings. Where would the audio delay be coming from though? Because I'm just grabbing the video feed off of Zoom ISO. Are there any settings about that here? No. Embedded audio, sample rate. Yeah, I don't see any. Well, we might just have to. Oh, there we go. Now I can hear all your sounds.
I can set it to auto, low, medium, or high, but I can't turn it off.
You should.
Oh wait, hold on.
You should see. No? You should see this setting.
Yeah. Oh, I have the. Let's see. I have under audio profile. I just have Zoom background noise removal. It's checked, and I'm unable. Oh, I see. I can down live performance audio. Let's try that.
I wonder if your Zoom version is different.
Let's see. I changed it to live performance audio. Mine does look different than yours.
Check if you have any Zoom updates. Okay. That's the first playdate I've seen that wasn't a render image from Nils.
That's a poor introduction. I apologize. Oh, here we go. Check for updates. An update is available. Should I install and come back?
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay.
Okay. While you do that, I'm gonna start making buttons. Philip says, I recommend focus audio on X person that brings up the subject's mic while ducking audio on the other mics. This will reduce the influence of others coughing and less buttons to press simultaneously. It's not a bad idea. I'm going to start with, oh, everyone's saying is that you're in sync now. Interesting. So maybe there wasn't actually a problem. It was just a random glitch. Okay, so first I need buttons for, these are all on, I'm just going to do on ME1 program. We're going to just do the guests. So they are in slots 1, 2, 3, and 4. What else do I want to show full screen? I might want to show my, let's see, not the background is running off of an iPad, so I don't care about that one. I probably do want to show the graphics full screen, which are going to come in on the Ultra Studio. Where is it? Ultra Studio Film. Oh, hey, Andrew is here. Fun tip. There's a Zoom app called Remote Settings Control that would let you at the studio set the audio settings for the remote guest in Zoom. We need to be joined through Zoom Workplace, though. Oh, wow. That's very cool. Zoom Workplace. That means, remind me what that is. That's where there's like a, I don't know if I can do that because I'm just on like an individual license. Oh yeah, Mike is back. How do I get him back into Zoom ISO? There we go.
Okay. Oh, you can see my microphone. I can lower that a little bit. Okay. We're back.
Great.
For what it's worth, I am in Zoom Workplace as an app. I don't know if that is what we're talking about. I just noticed that when I did my update, it now says Zoom Workplace in the menu bar.
Workplace. Oops, where did the chat go? Workplace is just vanilla Zoom. Why can't I click on that?
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I can't click on that message. Zoom ISO can't load other Zoom apps because it itself. Oh, you just mean that I need to be in Zoom, not in Zoom ISO. Because my client is, my Zoom window is actually launched from Zoom ISO, not from Zoom. So if I join my own meeting from Zoom, apparently I'm not even signed in on this one. Let me log in. And let's see if I can do this, because this will be handy for the other people who join, because we're going to have 3 other people who I'm going to need to fiddle with their audio settings. Okay. I guess I joined my own meeting. Which, don't connect audio, turn off video. Oh, and I'm going to rename this one to Studio. And then when I join from Zoom, it'll be me. You have a meeting that's currently in progress. Please end it. No, I want to join it. Is it a different... Oh, it's not my normal meeting ID. That's why. Okay. Copy. Oh, update my Zoom client. I should probably do this. Fun. Zoom ISO seems interesting. I didn't even know about it, but despite using Zoom Law, I mean, it's a totally separate thing. But yeah, it's super, super cool. I'm going to give it a good test today. Now it says Zoom Workplace. That's good. Okay, let me log in again. And there we go. Your client has been updated. Now I should be able to join this meeting. I guess I have to click that link myself. Open Zoom. Turn off. I also don't want audio from this one. Leave computer audio. Let's just disconnect that audio completely. Okay. Now, this is very, very confusing number of windows. Now I have three things going on. bring this back. So I've got my actual Zoom window, which shows studio and Mike and me with no video, which is good. Please do use different meeting later. You showed the ID and code. I still have to admit people individually, so I'm not terribly worried about it. But I'll probably disconnect this all anyway. Okay, so now where is the special? Okay, what did Andy say? Remote settings control. So somewhere in the apps, remote settings. Aha, add that app. Why can't I authorize? That's fine. You know what? I'm gonna do no. Okay, that's fine. Andy says you must have an account level setting preventing you from running these without admin approval. But I am an admin. Okay, but yeah, that's probably what it is. So I guess I have to go into my Zoom account. Somewhere in the Zoom account, I have. Oh my God, the settings in here are so buried. Okay, no, I don't want to go to the marketplace. I want settings. Let's see if I can search for apps. Zoom apps. Is it in like security or something? Oh man. Oh, there's the security tab. I saw it. Huh. Well, let's just force people to join with computer audio. Where is it? Oh man. Okay, maybe Andy knows. Let's aha. It would be configured via marketplace when signed in as the admin. If you go to the marketplace listing for the app, you can approve it there. Aha. Okay. No, this is good. This is good. Let's do this. This will be useful. So here it was called remote settings. There we go. Approve app. All users on the account. Now, if I go back here, let's start this again. There we go. Allow. Please ensure you're a host or co-host. Okay, so I need to give myself co-host permissions. Over here, make. I thought there was a co-host button. Where did the co-host button go? Well, it's fine. I can make myself the host. Okay. Do I have to refresh? There we go. Request remote control from Mike. And Mike should get an invite saying I requested remote control.
Yep. Here we go. Open. Accept.
Look at that. Now I can see what camera. Ooh, I can change your camera.
Wow.
I can change your microphone. I can see what microphones are plugged in. I can change your speaker. Audio profile, original sound, Zoom background noise removal, personalized audio isolation. This is great. This is exciting. This means I'll be able to just go and tweak people's settings when they join if things are going wrong.
Another little pop-up that I had to allow came up when you actually changed it. So first I had to authorize it. So you might want to go in and like make one small tweak in everybody's audio just so that
Good to know. I can't just change it randomly. This is, I wish I could change what I really want is I want my microphone joined from this Zoom, and I want the sound effects joined over here. But I don't think I have enough devices to do that. Because every time I talk, it flips back to the studio view, which is distracting. And I should be able to, oh yeah, I determined I don't have that capture card plugged in. I could even bring myself in to Zoom as another guest, but yeah. Okay, anyway, it's not a big deal. Again, I'm not going to actually be in the Zoom or in the live stream when we're doing this live. But good tip that the changing that will prompt them to accept the changes. So I can't just change your webcam without you knowing. And we should get everybody in here like 30 minutes early to do sound checks and stuff. And then we'll do all this tweaking early. Great. Okay, so back to making buttons. So I have full screen buttons for each of the 4 guests. I have, oh yeah, you should send me the Slido link so I can load that up as well. Perfect. So let me load that up in a browser tab. I'm going to eventually put it into OBS, but I'm using OBS for chat right now, so I don't want to do that. Yeah, there we go. So we have, yeah, and you can reset it later, right? Yeah. Cool. Oh, I just realized the code is cut off. Let me just resize my window. There we go. So you can play with this right now. Uh-oh. Something was wrong. I messed something up when I... Is it that monitor? I might have to restart Zoom ISO. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this again. That looks better. This is like internet noises when I... Sorry. Okay. Take them off of live performance audio. We'll also do that. But I think something got messed up when I stole the host setting. And let me go. I need to also make myself able to do co-hosts, which Andy said is also a Zoom setting. Apparently everything is a Zoom account setting. So somewhere in here is co-host. There we go. Hopefully that works live. Let's see. So this one is it may not push the permissions live. Jonathan says, jumped in late. Can you recap what's going on today? Yeah, so I'm setting up for a live stream where I will not be on camera, but I'm running a stream for Mike with 4 people joining in Zoom. So we're trying to get all this stuff worked out now before we go live, which will be in only a couple hours. So I'm really scrambling here. I am not able to make myself co-host because I think the settings won't take effect until I restart the meeting. So I think I need to do that.
So I'll rejoin after you restart.
Yeah, let me check one thing really quick. And yeah, my monitor in front of me is making sounds. That's funny. There we go. Mute that. Okay. Mikey's audio is good now. Make Aaron the host, then try turning on the engine on Zoom ISO without host role. Then it'll work by asking the host. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, let's try this. So let's go turn off. I think I don't need to restart the meeting. So we're gonna turn that off. Now Mike is out of the stream. We're going to make Aaron the host. Then we're going to turn this back on, and it should prompt me over here for permission to stream the meeting. Actually, I wonder if I just leave this. I wonder if make that the host. I leave. Then can I, where's that Zoom link? Aha, now I've got stay co-host. Okay, so now this Zoom client is aware of the co-host role. Great. And that means I can go back into my apps, remote settings. Probably also open the chat. Oops, apps, remote settings. There we go. Now I've got it all sorted. Okay, now I can turn back on the engine and reselect Mike, and we're back. Okay. This is good. Yeah, thanks, Andy, a lot for the walkthrough. This is great. This is more live demo of Zoom ISO than I've ever seen. This is definitely a live demo, not a carefully crafted demo. Gwen says, I like difficult tech. It's nice to have the problems happen before the show than during. Yes. Oh, David, thank you for joining as a mini supporter. Oh, this is a good time for me to mention this. If you are a channel member, you will see a thumbnail for about 3 hours from now for a BTS stream, which I will be doing during the main stream. So I'll have my my rear angle here running during the live stream, so we'll be able to see everything that's going on behind the scenes of the stream when I'm not on camera.
My Zoom just froze.
Your Zoom just froze?
I can hear you, but I'm frozen. My screen is
You look
frozen.
totally fine here, but you can just quit and rejoin.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
That's really...
No, I see what you mean. I also,
Yeah.
it's my video feed that froze. Your Zoom is fine.
Oh, right.
It's my,
Right.
I think probably when, let me turn my video off and on again. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I think it was on my other Zoom
That's right,
client.
because I'm watching full screen. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, you're watching my ATEM going to Zoom.
Got it.
How to become a channel member? There should be a button that says join down below on YouTube. Great. Okay. Back to business. So we've got companion. I've got buttons for Ultra Studio will be where the Slido comes in, which I've got pulled up, and that'll be after the stream because I need, right now it's doing the chat.
Can we also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but can we also pull in the actual voting from vote.kmikeyM.com as an option?
Yes.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
did I make this update live? Do you remember?
I feel like I want to say yes, but I don't know if
I
that's
don't. I
true.
know that the counter is like, it's all fake. It's just JavaScript. Let me see if it's doing any network requests while it's open. Because if it doesn't update live, I don't have a good way.
You'd have to go and refresh it manually in order to have that work.
Oh, thank you, Andy. I forgot about this. We were in the middle of this. Still recommend taking them off of live performance audio, which could cause sync issues. Yeah, right. So let me go back here.
Testing.
So you should get a prompt for
checking
permission for me to control your audio.
I'm not getting it coming up again.
Let's try
But
this
maybe
again.
it's because I already
invite.
Oh, there's a control request. Yep. Okay. Oops. Okay. Accept.
Aha. Okay. We're going to go back to Zoom background noise removal. Noise.
Oh, now I have to allow again.
Okay.
There we go.
Great. Okay. Back to, so you were asking, can we bring this in live? It doesn't look like it's doing live polling. So I think I don't have time to hack that up right now.
No worries.
But what I can do is here's what I can do. In OBS, let me open up OBS and turn off the chat for a second. So I need to actually turn off the downstream key. In OBS, I have a section for you. Probably don't need the stage timer repair. I'm going to make a new web source called K5M vote. And we're going to put in this link. Then we're going to do some CSS hackery on it in a second.
Oh, force some reloads.
And well, there's a setting in the web source, which is refresh browser when scene becomes active. So anytime I turn it on and off, it's going to actually reload the page.
Awesome.
And then let's see, it looks like we don't actually want a transparent background. So let's get rid of that CSS. I don't know why it's transparent. Background white. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the stuff up here so that we only see this. And I can do that with CSS in OBS. If I just figure out what this is contained in, we've got project nav. We're going to hide. I think that's the top banner. Yeah. And then we want countdown and the options are the only ones we want. So we're going to hide that. So we're going to hide project nav. project nav, and the other one was e-content. Let's try that. Hide those two. I can deal with that. So now we can just, now I think, yeah, this will all stay stable, so I can just crop this now and not do the rest in CSS. So we're going to do just, where is it? I always forget how to do this in OBS. I think it's filters. Crop. There we go. Okay. Let's see. 1920 So that's about a third of it. So it's about 600. Almost. We'll do 500. Top 20. Let's go up to there. Actually, we're going to go all the way to there, and the bottom to there. How's that look? So this, I can.
Yeah. Oh,
I can
nice.
Go like
Yep.
this. And as soon as I hide it and show it, it should reload. Cool.
That's awesome.
Nils is reminding me, have you tested the screen sharing from Mike? Yeah, let's get that running. So, oh, and then I turn off my. Let me go first while I'm in here. Let me go load the link into Slido.
And this is where I'm going to be running the presentation off my iPad.
No, you don't need to use your iPad anymore. You can use your computer. So actually, there's a setting in Keynote that you should do, which is. There we go. Okay, so now Slido is ready. Now I'm going to go back to OBS here, where I am going to use it for the chat again. So there's a setting in Keynote that. Do you have first of all, do you have a second monitor in front of you right now? Great.
Yes.
So in Keynote, go to Play and select in window instead of full screen.
Already
Perfect.
activated.
So now when you click play, what's going to happen is two windows should show up. You should see a little control window and then the slides.
I see. Where's my control window? Oh, is that presenter display? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Great. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go back over to Zoom ISO. So now when you do Zoom screen share just the Keynote presentation
window. Okay, second. And my whole Zoom went away.
Can you make
okay, I'm just over there.
Shaped? How are you going to set the size of this? What? Do you have an external monitor that's 16 by 9? Do you know?
I have two giant wide.
They're giant wide screens. Okay. Can you make this window just a little bit wider? We're gonna have to just trial and error this. Just the Keynote window itself. You should be able to drag on the edges of the
Oh yeah.
Because I want this to be shaped.
Oh, I can. Every time I am moving it, it's staying within the aspect ratio.
Oh, your Keynote deck itself is not 16 by 9 then.
Oh, I can. That's a switch. Oh man,
can you change that, or is it going to take too much work?
I would have to quickly rebuild it, but I could do it.
Annoyed.
Let's see.
Will you be if you have to do that?
Let's see. I think it's pretty easy because it's just copying pasting a lot of things into a new Keynote.
That'd be great if you can do that.
That's not a big deal
because that'll look better over here.
I'm gonna leave this so that I can do that. Then if I go.
Okay, so I'm gonna. In the meantime, I'm gonna. No, I don't care about that. I did see your Keynote pop up in the IP2110 interface though, so that's good. Okay, back to buttons.
Oh wait, can I change it just here? Maybe I can just.
There's a setting in Keynote which is slide size.
Yeah,
And
that's
if
what I
you
was wondering if I
change
could
it
just
there, it
change
might just try to auto reformat stuff. Now you see how I do my thumbnails for the channel. It's all a Keynote file.
It's in document. Where is it?
Yeah,
Looking
the
at yours.
document tab.
Oh, presentation type.
It should be below presentation type.
Oh yeah, there we go. 4:3. All right. If I just convert this to widescreen, yeah, there's a lot more margins.
Okay,
But
great.
I gotta fix a couple. There's a couple like
Yeah, probably a couple things got
image background sizing image.
up.
Yeah, but that'll do it.
Great.
So let me fix that really quick.
Okay.
Oh wow, these are all
back to here. So for this, I'm gonna make some buttons for OBS because I need to be able to toggle these scenes. So we're gonna go.
Actually, I'm just gonna do it this way.
Let me turn off the op spots. Okay, which one was it? It's like scene. Set scene. No. Set program scene. There we go. Why are there 3? Okay, that's a weird glitch. There should be a set source visibility in, there we go. I don't need to set that. It's always going to be on that. Current scene. Oh, I guess I can do it there. Source. K5M vote. Toggle. And then I should be able to make a feedback for it as well. Is there a preset for this? Now that I think about it. Scene. No. Sources. Let's see if this works as a preset. Oh, funny. It added the feedback, but did not add the action. Okay. Let's see if that works. Oh, it's going to flicker when it comes on. Isn't there a way to like set a transition? Yes, I can do a fade transition, which if I get the timing right,
we'll mask the flicker.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Let's try this. So close. I think actually maybe I just do a cut transition, but add a delay. Why isn't that? Let's try 2 seconds. I thought that would have worked. No, it's showing up immediately. Why is it doing that? I could do these as different scenes instead. No, I'll just do it. I'll just cut it while it's not on screen.
Okay. One thought is we don't have to show, we can just use the Slido interactions during the stream because they're sort of designed to be live updated. And then just at the end, we could cut to that and kind of leave it on there and encourage people to go over there.
Maybe we do that, yeah.
To vote.
So,
okay.
I won't worry about that. Okay, so we're going to let's make this font size a little.
And I should be sharing my screen now if you want to pull, excuse me, the slides back.
Okay, there we go. And then that means that we should see it on the Oh, I guess I can make a button for this right now and then test it. So there should be, oh, I'm going to move that over there. And then this is going to be a button for full screen on the slides, which is in IP1. So if I press that, we should see your slides. Beautiful.
All right, and then can we check a couple transitions real quick just to see how they look?
Sure.
Or if I should remove them?
Yeah, hang on, let me do this. I'll just put you in the middle, put your slides in the middle here. So it should be there. All right.
If I go tink, oops, that's not the right. All right. Gotta figure out which window control slides.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So then we'll go. I think these were my train. Oh yeah. So that doesn't look great.
It's not super well. I mean, okay. There's a setting in Zoom which is in, it's like video mode for screen sharing. I wonder if I have to turn that on first for the account.
Oh, and then that's going to reload it. You know what? I don't want it to work like that anyway, because I want to be able to bounce between these slides and I have it building every time I go back to it, which I don't want.
Yeah.
So I need to kill that build actually. That's not going to work. Can I do that live or do I have to do that from? I probably have to leave the presentation mode. Yeah, so there won't be any fun transitions. It'll be really simple static stuff.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about it. Right. I think I have to go into Zoom settings to enable screen share video mode anyway, which who knows where that is.
So transitions. Okay. Oh, I can't do that. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. I'll do that as soon as we're done.
Okay. So I'm going to start labeling these Mike, and then we're going to put Bo. Do you have an order? Yeah, we do have an order. We had it.
Yeah, it's here. It's Josh, Bo, Doug.
Josh, Bo, Doug. Okay, so I'm going to put Josh in slot 2 when he joins. Bo in 3 and Doug in 4.
Yes.
Okay, this is slides. This is graphics.
It's nice that we all have short names.
Everyone has 4 letters. Great. So I've got full screen on everybody, and then we're gonna do. Oh yeah, I need the other graphics. So these buttons are gonna toggle the graphics on and off, but as long as the graphics aren't on screen, I don't care about any flickering, so that's fine. Slido. Slido here. Slido there. Slido there. And what was the other source I had? Stage timer, which probably I'm not going to show on the screen ever. I'm going to send the stage timer link to people, to the guests, so they can just have it up in a browser. So they'll be able to see the countdown, but we're probably never going to show. Do you want to be able to show the countdown timer on the screen?
I don't think so. I don't think we need it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it will only show how far off of our show we are. Like, yeah.
Okay, true. Yeah. Also, I had a thought about the rounds. It's 10 minutes per round, but are you going to have...
I changed it since I built this, actually, because it's more asking questions, I'm actually probably going to rotate through them. It's like less rounds. The rounds in my mind when I first created it were kind of based on the 3 Slido interactions that I had. So I have one that's ranked the candidates from most to least, and then phase 2. So those can be kind of our internal sense of like where we're at when we update each one of those. But I also don't think we probably don't need the full 10 minutes on those either.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go through this really quick and we can make some tweaks to this?
Yeah. I think the like intro and let's see, it's a tiny bit blurry for me, but do I have a link directly to this?
I can give you. Oh, hang on. I need to not screen share when I do this. I can give you a link that will actually let you edit things too.
Oh, great.
This link. I just can't show that on the stream because it's just in the URL. Great.
Okay, I'm in there.
You can show stage
Ooh,
timer
now
from
I
a
have a lot
second
of this.
Zoom computer so remote guys can see it in gallery view. Oh, that's a good idea. If I do allow multiple screen shares, then theoretically I should be able to pull up the stage timer link in a browser and share that in Zoom. Where's my stage timer link?
So,
Theoretically, let's try this. We'll share that one. Okay, I would like that to get less. Shrink that down. Now, what do we see in Zoom? You're sharing. Plane's taking off and I'm not buying the Wi-Fi. Have fun, everybody. Thanks for joining, Michael. Cool. The Zoom ISO is still sharing Mike's screen with the slides. Where's the... And I can toggle what I see. Is there a way for me to see all of these? Oh, do you have a button in Zoom that says gallery view? There we go. Gallery.
you're asking me, or are you asking?
Yeah.
Is someone
No,
else
you.
asking you? Oh, let's see. Gallery view. It's apps. Oh, view. Here we go. Yeah, speaker gallery.
Do you see the countdown timer slides?
I do not. I see studio, you, and me.
Interesting. Maybe I will find a different way to do this. I have another idea. Instead of screen sharing that, what I can do is I need another capture card. Because then I can actually just oh, I really need a whole nother computer for that. That might be more trouble than it's worth. What I'm thinking is my video here in Zoom could be the timer.
Oh.
I think the best way to do that would just have a whole separate computer join and do OBS virtual cam. Do I need that computer for anything else?
So I'm just gonna check these.
I think I'm gonna come back to that. May not be necessary.
Yeah, okay, I gotta delete those.
Okay, cool. You're managing the timers.
That's gonna go.
So back to, I need audio buttons. That was the other thing. So I'm going to make first my kill switch audio, which is going to just mute people individually. And in that, I should have presets for the X32. Nope. No presets. So we're just going to build them. Mic audio. This is going to be X32. It's mute channel to bus. And that is on that one. Great. And then I would do want a feedback, which is change from mute state. No, not on the channel. It's mute from channel to bus mute state. There we go. Okay, so I want red when you're on and black when you're off. And I assume these have red when you're on. Yeah, great. So that matches now. So then I go copy this to that. Josh audio gets channel MX2. Feedback MX2. I wish Companion knew that I feel like I have to change. I don't really know how to describe the feature, so that's probably why it doesn't exist. But what I want is for when I change this, that the feedback also changes automatically. But yeah, that seems hard. Doug audio. Oh, do you have any audio in your slides, Mike?
No.
Okay. So don't need to worry about audio from that source. Great. Now we've got, what did I do? MX3. Something. X3. MX4. What did I do? Something is not working. MX4 channel 7, mix bus 5. Channel 7, mix bus 5. Channel 5, 5. Channel 5, 5. So why is that button not working? Is it doing anything here? It is. The button works. But the feedback does not. Huh. This is a weird bug. It's like sometimes linked to stage timer on iPhone, iPad plus continuity camera as your camera on Zoom. That would work. It's kind of.
Oh, yeah, I like the idea of pulling, if I have stage timer on my, because I have my phone right here.
I'm running out of iOS devices.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
But I should be able to use. Wait, can continuity camera do screen share? No, I can't remember. I don't think it can. I think it's just camera or desk view camera. Ah, that's fine. I don't need it. I'm very confused about what's going on with this feedback though. This one works. That one doesn't work. Let me just delete the button and try it again. Bow Audio MX. Channel 5. Feedback comes from channel 5. Nope. Let's try channel 6. Nope. That's so weird. I don't get it because it is correctly muting and unmuting. There. Yeah, it's just the feedback that doesn't work. So I guess I just don't get that to be read. And then it turns on at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. Huh. It's so random. You can tell which one I'm pressing when it turns yellow. And then like I press a different button and that one turns on. I give up. Okay, we'll come back to that problem later. The ducking audio is a good idea. I'm a little bit worried about managing that though. Like it would be a good idea to have a button that will let it would have to bring up. So if I had everybody on all the time, so everybody can talk, I would want a button that will drop everybody else's gain. I think I can do it. So, if we do this, let's see if I at least have the actions for it. So we're going to be, let's see, is it fader? It's on a bus, so it's set level of channel to bus. Okay, so I can set on that channel 1 to 0, and then duplicate this for channel 2, and you will drop to -20. Duplicate that, not channel 2, channel 3, channel 5, and channel 7. So if I press that button, that works. And I do the same thing, but for Josh, and I change that to 20 and Josh to 0. The same for Bo. Now Josh goes back to 20. Bo goes to 0. And Doug. Oops. And I don't know where the 0.3 came from. Guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now I should have. Beautiful. And then I probably want one that brings everybody up. So we'll do that. We'll do all up. And everybody goes back to 0. Oh, apparently that's where the 0.3 came from. 0, 0, and now I've got buttons. I like it. Okay. So if I need to, if one candidate gets like to say a few
Mouthy.
well, no, like yeah, if one person's getting to be like wants to, if we want to focus on them, I can make everybody else's noise sound drop down so that little background noises. Yeah.
Yeah, and on the run of show, I think they'll like that could be it's useful for like their closing remarks or when they're just the ones primarily speaking. Mostly it should be interactions between them and I, with kind of more of a focus on them as they're playing the game, but I'll be the host.
And remind me, are you doing, is everybody participating all at the same time, or are you going one-on-one?
I think, yeah, round robin. Yeah, so one by one we'll go through.
Okay. So let's talk about visuals then, because I have this layout, which is where there's 4 people in a row. But we also need, we need layouts where we can show. Should we do it like this, where it's you and the other person and the question in the middle?
Oh, I like that. Yeah. And then you would have to just sort of rapidly slot through the other contestants on the either your side or my side, wherever the
Yeah, so I can change.
Yeah.
I can change this to be the other people for the and
Yep.
And are we doing? And you said it's kind of rapid fire round robin. So, like, you'll ask one person a question, then you'll ask the next person a question, and that'll
Right.
end up being like back to back.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so let's get this layout sorted then, where here we actually show your slides, and I need to.
Real quick, what's the order that you have them in right now in terms of it was Josh? When you lined up your buttons, what was that order?
The oops, let me reset this. Josh, Bo, and Doug.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm writing that down just to make sure I follow the same order. I think that'll make it easier. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go to box 2.
So this would be like, I'm not going to go to the main deck because it's a mess, but with transitions, but it'll basically be like this.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go. Let's see. How should this look? I think
you're going to have a lot of space on the margins of these because I made them 4:3 and then it expanded them. So if you want our video could overlap the slide a little bit if you wanted to show more of us as the contestants.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I like that idea. So I need to move the slides to what's the layering? Box 1 is on top. So the slides are going to go to box 4. And we're going to turn that on. And then box 3 we're going to turn off.
Oh, I see.
Box 2 is going to become box 2 is going to become me. And then I need to shrink down let's see, I should be able to do this with copying from box 1 to box 2, and then we go back to box 2 and scoot it over. There we go. Okay. Now I scooted it over, and then we need to shrink box 4 back down. That looks good.
Should my box be scooted in a little?
Yeah, we need to match. Okay. So we're gonna go.
There you go.
To 12. And I think we can crop a little bit less also. So we're gonna go. Like that.
Oh, nice. Give it a little more space.
Yeah. Like that. And Yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm going to save this. This is going to be, we're calling this slides with 2 people. There's almost too many presets in this now. Okay, slides with 2 people. So what I need to do, box 2 is the guest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself some more SuperSource, or some more Stream Deck buttons, which are going to let me put the different candidates in that box.
Oh, right. And okay, does it get too crazy to overlap the results of the Slido kind of along the bottom of the screen that could be updating live the whole time?
Right. That makes sense.
I was just thinking of the way you were trying to crop, and I was like, oh, I don't. Yeah. I'll do a vote just so that there's some. If I go like this, if I go.
Yeah, good point. So.
Yeah.
If
it'll look like that.
Let me go back to. Showing the Slido. Is the Slido just this one question the whole time?
It changes between 3.
Okay.
But it will always be. It should always be the same size because it's always just going to be different ways of asking the same question.
So.
Or we could leave it the same the whole time, if it's easier and more consistent.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to think how I'm going to put this. How I'm going to put this on the screen. So we're going to use, I guess we're going to use box 3 for that, because I'm not using box 3. And instead of the camera, it's going to be the Ultra Studio Fill. And box 3 should be on top of the question. We're going to not crop it. And we're going to... So it's so small because it needs to be bigger. Maybe I can
wait. If you go to join the Slido instead of looking at this view,
did it?
I think you're looking at a slightly different view. I think.
Let me just reload the page. That should be the active question.
Oh, I see. Okay, but that's not the. Oh yeah. Okay, that's right. That is correct. The people voting will see a slightly different.
Yeah, they're gonna see something different.
Option. Got it. Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna make. How many options do you have in? Is it always 3 people?
It's always the 3. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna shrink this down.
Yeah. Oh, and then yeah.
Because then I can just crop it and move it down.
Yep. So and I'll run through all 3 as a quick test here. I want to get that done.
Great. Can you round the corners of the bottom box? Oh,
ooh.
You're right, because Keynote is doing the rounded corner thing, but I can't. Yep. I can't round it on my end.
That's funny.
That's annoying. Points. No, I don't have a good way to do that.
And that's not a setting I have in Keynote?
No, because it's the Mac that does rounded corners.
Oh, because it's the window, but then Zoom is sharing a squared version of that window.
Right. Oh, that's so funny. The only way I would be able to do that is
if you crop that whole window in that much.
I could crop the bottom of that window because there's probably nothing relevant on the bottom of it.
Yeah, and we also know there's plenty of room on the sides as well because we're not using the sides.
Oh yeah, so right. Okay.
Yeah. We have a lot of safe space.
There we go.
All right, I'm gonna play with Slido 13. While it's up just to check this thing. If I switch to this, does that? Yes, great. So that automatically changed, and I'm going to try to vote and see what that looks like.
Okay, so I added crop on all 4 sides.
Oh, that's cool. The graphics are cool.
Yeah. All 4 sides are cropped now, so we shouldn't see any rounded corners. I need to move this box 3 down, so I can go down like to there.
And you could crop a little off the top.
Oh yeah, I
part
guess
if
we
you wanted
don't need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
show the number of people or the text active poll either. There we go. How long is the longest question you're going to have in the slide deck?
Let's see. None of them are very long. Oh, I see. In terms of amount of space of here, let me run.
Yeah, I can just run through them because I don't know.
Yeah.
We won't want the Slido to cover up.
Oh, and then there are answers that are going to go right at risk of spoiling that are going to go underneath that.
Oh,
so,
okay. Oh,
yeah.
Great. Leave that on really quick.
Let me see, and I'll also find one that is maybe longer
Yeah.
or bigger. Yeah, like this one is pretty big. That slide. Oh, and then actually, this is the most important one because this one has a special guest appearance.
A guest appearance? I can move the slides up. Oh.
Hopefully they're not watching because these are spoilers for their questions. But
oh yeah, right. Okay, I can move that up.
The Slido thing could also be something that you pop in and out.
Yeah.
As opposed to just always on too.
That's true. Let me just get it in a spot where it's like not at the end of the world if it's on screen. I also have this little border that I can get rid of in the background. This was the other thing I was thinking for the background, but now I gotta shrink that text down. Should we do this? Should we have the keynote have this text around the edges, like final candidate debate?
I don't think we need it. I think there's enough other text happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I get rid of that little white outline then?
Oh yeah. Yep. Is that your kind of safe zone or
no? It's just decorative.
Or it's just a graphic. Yeah. Just decorative. Yeah.
My thought was that it just makes it look a little bit more something. But
yeah, newsy and yeah.
But I can get rid of it. I guess delete. I can do it on the iPad even. Look at that. How do I? There we go. Okay. Centered Slido, says Gwen. Oh, is it not centered?
Oh yeah, it's closer to me.
Oh, that's funny. Good catch. There we go. And now I can move the slides even farther up. So we don't have that border to deal with. And I can move us towards the edge more. We're going to go 12.7. 12.7. Okay, great. I like this layout. Now we're going to save this layout as slides and Slido and 2 people. So actually, theoretically, I should be able to go between these now. Oh, it's kind of silly that one animates in. Let's fix that. What's happening is box 3 has a position that's different. Yeah, I think if I set this to 0, then when I animate between them, really I just want it to, oh, I didn't save it. What I really want is I actually just want it to not move. So let's go copy all the settings. It's 0, negative 6.9, 0.45. So we go to this one. 0. And this is negative 6.9. And this was 0.45. And now I need to save this. How do I do that? Save. Okay, try this again. Oops, what did I do wrong? Oh, it didn't save. What the heck? Oh, one of them saved. The Y position saved. Okay.
My garbage can.
Layout. Try this again. There we go. The crop is a little bit off too. So the crop is, it should be 1.1. 4.8. Enable crop. There we go. Okay. Oh, and the corners are back in this layout because I didn't crop box 4. So box 4 gets a crop on, which I think it was 0.12. And then we should be able to save this layout. Yeah.
There might be the tiniest 1 pixel of. Oh no, you got it.
Got it. I had to do all 4. Okay. Save that layout. Now we should be able to transition between these.
Oh, that's great. I like that little opening animation too.
Yep. Fantastic. Okay. So we've got these two. You know, what I'm really going to need is a button for this, so I don't have to actually use the iPad itself. So what I want to do is I need to turn on, and we're going to need to power this iPad too. I need to turn on the mix effect plugin. How much time do we have? We still have enough time.
Yeah. We're 2.5 out.
So I should be able to turn on.
Set slide out and remove the transitions.
There's a way to do this in Mix Effect where I turn on remote control support for Mix Effect. Oh, we're going to do this frame synced animations. Okay, apparently it's not in settings. Is it in? It's in this one. There we go. Enable OSC server. Mix Effect. Const 4ME. This is 10.11.44.75. Apparently my iPad does not have a static address. That's okay. Now I have Mix Effect enabled in Companion, which means I should be able to make a button for mix effect to toggle between these different super sources. Let's see, super source with Slido, and we can go mix effect. Ooh, I have to read the docs for this now. Mix effect OSC. Because I would rather not have to navigate on the screen in front of me. SuperSource. No. SuperSource Sharp? No. Wait. Where was I? I was on OSC. There we go. That's the one I want. SuperSource. Presets. Name of the preset in quotes. Okay. So I should be able to do this. Send string. Oh, I like how he has a little. This is clever. I should probably do this. He has the little icon in the Stream Deck matching the layout, which is what I see on the iPad. I should do that. That's gonna. I'll do that as a bonus. Okay, let's get this working first. Mix effect preset value. So we're gonna do mix effect. Preset value is, this one's called slides with two people. Oh, no, slides and Slido with two people. SuperSource slides with two people. I really should get the little pictures on here. Okay, let's see if this works. Nope.
It's your yellow button issue again.
Oh, it did work. I needed to put SuperSource 2 in here. How do I... Multiple arguments. Aha, that's what I needed to do. Okay, so this is argument 1 is preset name. So now I need to do this and SuperSource 2 because it was running it on SuperSource 1, which means that one is messed up now. Okay, this is multiple arguments. SuperSource 2, let's try that. No, now it's not working. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Multiple arguments. Do I any quotes around the number? Nope. Are they the other way around? Nope. Huh. In the default value, there were 3 arguments, says Nils. Yes. That I don't think is relevant because this is just the generic OSC plugin. And I assume this was just an example of sending 3 arguments, which I don't want to do. I want to send 2 arguments. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's also not letting me type space there. That's interesting. I wonder if... it's not a multi-line box, so I can't type a second line. Huh. I don't know. I guess I'm going to be stuck using the iPad for this. Okay. So let's forget that. I do need to make buttons to put the different people in those boxes, which is box 2. So this is going to be SuperSource set box source, SuperSource 2 box 2. Source is 2. Feedback, it would be nice if we have feedback. Source 2 box 2 source 2. That worked. Then we make another one for bow. Box 2 matrix 3. And Doug is in matrix 4. And then I guess I'll make one for me right now, which is main camera. So I can bring myself back. Okay, great. What other layouts do we need?
I think,
We
okay,
should-
so if we're going through, oh, sorry, go ahead.
We should definitely have one with all 4 people, right?
Yep, for sure.
Okay, so that's going to be like this. Just, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that can be, well, like I can do welcome. We can go to this for intros and just leave that up. I mean, I have the slides for them, but I'll just read off my notes. We don't have to share slides on this. Like just thinking through run of show.
What kind of slides do you have for them?
I just had slides where I was going through. I was thinking I would intro them before they came on, but I think it makes more sense to just do it live.
Do you have
I just have their photo with their name, but if we have video of them, that feels better. So I'm saying it. Like I'll
okay.
run through a quick intro for each of them.
Yeah.
And then we don't need to bring the slides up until we get to like the main game board when we're talking about the rules in reference to run of show. So welcome intros rules. and then we can bring the slide up. So this, and then everything will be that what you just worked on with the slide in the middle, the Slidos, and me and the candidates for part 1, 2, and 3. For closing remarks, they should probably get their own full view, or it could be the 3 of them, or even like this 4. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like we want to do something a little bit more than just full screen, but we could put them. We could put them like this with the little animated border around it.
Yep.
That way, because I'm assuming they're not all going to have. I mean, it's all totally different branded backgrounds, right? So,
what about a 3-up? And again, shoot this down if it's too complicated. A 3-up for the 3 of them without me, because I think it would be interesting to see their reactions potentially as they're doing remarks or talking.
We can also do like this, where the one person who's speaking is big.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody else is small.
I like that.
Okay. I think what I'm gonna.
I want it to be I want it to be simple as well. So yeah.
I think what I need is, I need to use the second SuperSource for this, because I think I want to keep this here and be able to change the other one without messing up this stuff, because it changes all the sources. So
okay,
I'm going to go to SuperSource 1 and guests in SuperSource. So this is actually going to configure all the boxes. I may not need to do this live, but this is just so I can set this right now. Box 1. Oh yeah. When we switch around so in the view of where did it go?
One big, 3 small.
Yeah. Am I on SuperSource 1? Yes, I am. So in this view, oh, and I lost you because you're not in one of these boxes. So in this view, how often do you think are we going to be switching between who's talking with everybody else on the screen?
Let's see. What did we set for?
Basically, it's the question of whether I animate these boxes or just flip who's in each box.
I think you can just flip who's in each box, because it's only going to be that section 8 on the run of show, the candidate closing remarks, that's going to be in this view, and we'll keep them pretty tight on. I don't think they're going to have a ton to say. It's like kind of their last plea, and so if you're just swapping them out,
but it's not a conversation, right? It's going to be
right. That's what I mean. It's they say their bit and that's it. There's no back and forth.
Okay, so that means. I think animating will be too distracting anyway. Okay. So I actually need another page of buttons for this. So we're going to do yeah. Okay, so you're going to go into box 3. Computer goes there. Great. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to make another page of buttons here, which is going to be for this layout, who's in what box. So this is
it will be
Mike.
There'll be one for each,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
So Mike in box 1. So we're going to do SuperSource set box source box, and we're in SuperSource 1, box 1 is Mike. And I need to set the others as well, because we need to make sure everybody else is in the other boxes. So box 2, box 3. You know, I could have just used StreamYard for this and everything would be a lot simpler. Josh goes in box 1, so now we go like that too. When I change it, should everybody else shift or stay?
I think staying is better.
Okay, so if you were in box 1, Josh was in box 2, which means you go to box 2 and take his spot.
Yeah.
And then we go from Josh to Bo, which means Josh, Bo, so basically swapping like that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. And Doug goes in box 1, and Doug was sitting over in 4, which means he moves to 4. So
now wait, if you go from Doug right now back to me, how does that work? Does everybody else switch in a weird way?
Yeah.
So maybe make another almost like a mic 2 just for the wrap up, just so that we keep everything from going a little bit nuts.
Okay. So we can move you there, and then he goes there. Okay. So we should be able to do this. Okay. So this is the layout. We've got Mike, and we've got the numbers on.
Introducing
2, 3, and 4.
Josh.
So then Josh and Mike takes his place. Bo, so 2 and 3 should swap here. Yep. And now 3 and 4 should swap. Yep. And now 4 and Mike should swap. Beautiful.
Yeah. Awesome. And I can still have audio even when I'm small, just if I need to say anything to transition between those, but I don't think I need to come back full screen.
I didn't do anything with audio yet for these.
Oh, okay.
Should I could manually press the spotlight button on, because I have that spotlight button to drop everybody else's audio lower but not mute them.
Oh, right. Yep.
I can just do that manually, I guess.
Cool.
Okay, great. So SuperSource 1 needs the animation art, which is in my iPad. Oops. That one. And that was using a preset that already exists on the iPad. Great. So we're going to, I'm just going to add that here anyway, because I want to make sure I don't lose it. Oops. Box 2 gets Mike. Box 1 gets my computer. Box 3 gets me. There we are. I want to make sure that, oh wait, no, I can't run the preset. I can't set the preset from expect. Okay, it's fine. Okay, we're on a show. So welcome remarks, you're full screen. Nobody else is on Zoom yet.
Yep.
Or nobody else is on screen yet. Candidate introductions.
4 across.
4 across. Oh, right. Okay, so that's going to be like this.
Yep.
And they're going to...
Yep.
They're each going to talk. I can just drop everybody's audio when they're not talking.
I'm gonna do those. I have little pre things that I'm gonna say for the intros, and then I'll just ask them, do you have anything to add or whatever, but I'll try to keep that really, really short because we've already done opening statements and these other things, but I do want to give them just a chance there. Yep.
Okay.
And then we can stay on that for debate rules. I think the 4-up still works.
Yep.
And then when we go into round 1,
then we cut over to this layout.
Yep. Now, question, do we want to see the other contestants while the game is being played? Like imagine you're Josh, do we do a little inset of Bo and Doug live above you? Again, it's not to get too crazy. Do we want to see the other contestants during this point of each one, or do we just want to rotate through them?
Right, because we're rotating through them like this. The other ones are not on screen.
Oh, the rotation gets weird if you do it that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Who shows up in what box is really weird then.
Yep.
I also don't have enough boxes when I have to start doing some hacks because I only have 4 boxes at a time.
We'll keep it, yeah. And then with this view, we'll bounce back and forth, like with the Slido. And I think, is that something you can kind of keep an eye on and just pull in and out? And then obviously, I guess if I mention it or something, you can do it as well.
Yeah, I'll be able to. Oh shoot, that was the wrong. I need to make sure I'm changing the right layout when I do this. So yeah, I can keep an eye on when it makes sense to bring this one in.
Cool.
And then go back to that. Oops, why is it so chunky? I should probably plug this iPad in, that's why. Yeah, I need to give my iPad a wired connection, so I do that before we go. Okay.
And then so that's round 1, 2, and 3. Those won't change much, but we will bring up and highlight the different Slidos and try to get more interaction from people. Yep. But those are really just timers. Those rounds we might end up being a lot shorter. I don't know. There's how many questions? There's 1, 2. So it's really like, yeah, I don't know. There's this many questions. There's 20 questions. So it doesn't really divide by 3 well, but yeah. Everyone's going to get like 2 questions basically, probably per round.
Okay. And then closing remarks, we go back to...
That's the complicated one.
That's the complicated one, right? Okay.
Yeah, candidate closing remarks. And then we go back to
just you.
Big me for closing remarks. And then we can leave up credits with a link.
What?
Oh, should we do a link to the vote for credits?
Yeah, we should build the credits page now.
Okay.
With music at the end, right?
Yep.
I have the 2 songs queued up. The Why Markets Matter.
Nice.
Which is the one that I wrote for you originally, but then I used AI to extend. Then I also have the Mike's World song, which is the one where you sent me lyrics and I had the AI created an entire song from scratch. Which is silly. But that'll be good for credits, I think.
Great.
So okay, so
open with markets and close with the beautiful song.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we should do those now. So for the pre-roll, we can have a countdown. I just have to go into OBS and add my browser source, which is this one. Copy. Can I do that? Paste. And then I can start a countdown timer, but let's see. I'm going to turn off the audio from it so that I can bring in my own music. And now I should be able to show the chat. All right, I turned off the key. So actually what I want to do, I'm going to move that.
Can you bring in the chat during their conversations as well?
Oh, sure. You want me to do that?
I mean, if somebody says something that's interesting, I would say as the producer, go for it and we'll deal with it. Throw us some curveballs. Because like it ends up, I didn't get a lot of pre-questions from shareholders, so it's kind of a test of their like mic trivia is sort of the but if someone wants to like bring up issues, we can, yeah, I would say let them.
I think
I don't know if that's too much in your brain, but yeah.
no, I can definitely do it while we're live. I can do it. Yeah, I think I can just do it with my Chrome plugin without having to go through all the hoops I go through for the API version. Because if I go to the YouTube stream, there is a chat, and I can just do the regular pop-out chat thing like I normally do, and bring this. Oh, my extension's not even turned on this computer. This one. I should be able to just bring this in. So let's. Oh, the only problem is unless I bring in another computer and another device, I can't show chat on the screen at the same time as Slido because I only have one OBS.
Could it be? It could be one or the other, like,
It
and
can be
bounce
one or
back
the
and
other.
forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I don't think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do.
So no
this.
comments won't happen while Slido's up, and vice versa. But you can alternate. I think that's interesting. I think it's going to create a dynamic sense of things at the bottom of the screen that will add to the live effect for them, for the candidates as well.
Okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do KmikeyM chat as a scene, and then I need buttons to be able to quickly switch between the two. So yeah, as soon as there's a message in here,
Can I post a message, or does that have to be?
I should be able to just have this up. Okay, so I need buttons to change between OBS for graphics and the chat. So I'm gonna make these two buttons. So this is gonna be OBS graphics, and that's going to set the scene, which is set program scene to KmikeyM. But we also have to turn off the downstream key in the constellation, which is off. And then OBS for the chat. We're going to delay turning it back on a couple milliseconds on air, and that goes to chat. So I should be able to switch these around. Chat, and then if I show starting soon.
Nice.
I'm excited. Oh, I don't know why the verified shows up as text there. And then if I switch over to graphics, the chat goes away. And now I can. What was the. Oh, right. It's when we are in. It's when we're in this mode, we go show Slido. And if I tried it, if I had to use it for the chat, it would look like that. Great. Okay. I think we're good.
Can I stop sharing my screen and remove my transitions for Keynote, or do you need that still up just in case?
Oh yeah.
Bounced?
No, you can go
Okay.
ahead and
Okay.
remove it.
Okay. I'll stop share for just a second here.
This is working well. Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm going to build the pre-roll screen, which is going to be right. That's what I was doing in OBS. I do want my own graphics here, which can't I copy that now? Just copy that link. So when you're in chat mode, I can bring in my my browser source, but I'm going to turn off the audio from it because I don't want my background music playing. Andre says for the 4-up, you should probably lock box sources. I'm not sure what you mean. For the 4-up, I have it's box 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't have a button that sets them all these sources all correctly. Is that what you mean?
That's annoying.
So let's set SuperSource 1 set box sources. Box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. So now I have a shortcut to reset those. Actually, I'm going to move that button here. And this is I'm going to do the same thing for SuperSource 2. Just to make it fast for me to reset this. So in SuperSource 2, the layout is mic in box 1. Whoever's our first guest is in box 2, which these buttons change. Box 3 is Slido, which is coming in through the Ultra Studio. And box 4 is the slides. There we go. Okay. Now we only have 2 hours. Time is ticking down. Okay, now I really need to do the countdown screen. So, intro, or pre-roll. I like having a button that just puts me into pre-roll mode. So I'm going to... I'm going to do OBS set scene to the chat. Is your keynote title slide a good thing to use for the pre-roll?
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
Okay, in that case, we're going to...
Let me...
In that case...
Do you want me to share that again, or what's the best way to do that?
I can just use a placeholder right now.
Okay.
But I think what we're going to do is use a SuperSource for that and just turn off we're just going to do this where that's the slides. So
Slide 6.
Box
Okay.
off. Box 2 off. Box 3 is off. Box 4 is 2110. Program is interesting. I haven't used any of the other MEs on the constellation yet. I guess it's okay. Set box. Okay, downstream key. Set key 1 on air, which is for the countdown timer and the chat. And then I need to do the hyperdeck for music. Is it connected? Hyperdeck mini, yes. So this is going to be hyperdeck. Maybe I should make a separate button for the music. Play Mike's World. Hyperdeck. Go to clip name, Mike's World, and HD Mini play, single clip playback. And then play Why Markets Matter. And where's the audio coming from that? Hyperdeck Mini. This might.
I lost the studio in Zoom when I started sharing this.
Oh, interesting. I am frozen. Interesting. Let's reset the video.
Okay.
Sounds like a little Zoom bug. Okay, screen sharing, so I should be able to test my pre-roll button. Look at that. And then play Mike's World. Play Why Markets Matter.
Why
Can you hear
markets
it?
matter. Markets provide adjustable bonds. Markets provide after-hours trading. Markets provide agricultural financing.
Now you can
Markets
hear it.
provide arbitrage. Markets provide bond futures. Markets provide brokerage commissions. Markets provide bulk commodities. Markets provide bankruptcy.
And okay, that's enough of that. How long is that song? Actually, I need to figure out the timing on this.
And go back to the first one. Like
Yep. Good point. We should probably wrap this up. And I can do the last final bits of prep offline, I guess. I think we just keep the Zoom open. And we'll send this out to the... Oh, the audio is garbled again. Interesting. Yeah, yours is all weird. Let me just reset Zoom ISO. I bet it's fixed now.
testing. Does that sound better?
Yeah, I think so. Huh. I wonder if that...
Was that also Zoom related with that crash maybe when I started sharing the screen?
Yeah, when did it start? Yeah, it's fixed now. Getting intermittent audio buzz.
Do Do you want to test it? I could stop sharing my screen and start to share it again just to see if that reproduces it.
Yeah, and the other problem is that I'm listening to Zoom audio in my headphones, not stream audio, so I didn't know it was happening.
Yep.
Oh, I can listen to stream audio when we're actually live, because only reason I'm doing this right now is so I don't hear myself doubled.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and stop screen sharing.
Okay.
And let's see, we will put my screen back on here. And then start screen sharing again.
Okay, I'm gonna share.
And did it freeze the webcam? No.
Let's see. No, this time. Oh, wait, you know what? Hold on, because then it makes everything small for me because it doesn't assume that I have the amount of screen real estate that I have. So I'm gonna go show meeting. No, everything's fine still.
Everything's still fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess, well, I'll be listening to the program audio. So if it does happen live, the only downside is I need to reset Zoom ISO, turn it off and on again, oh, I can change this setting in Zoom ISO. What happens when video is lost? Do we freeze, show an image, show test card? I was doing test cards so that we get the little placeholder people in the, but if I make it freeze, then let me see what happens. I'm going to turn this off right now. And you're frozen. Yep. So I can reset it. And I do have to choose the sources again, and now you're back.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Okay. That'll work. Okay.
Anything else that we're not thinking of?
Yeah. What do you do? And says back to mixer settings for rounds 1 through 3. Does Mike's audio need to stay up with the person talking in case he needs to clarify or follow up question? I don't think we were gonna drop anybody's audio entirely during that, right? Round 1, 2, and 3.
Right. You'll do the ducking trick.
Yeah. So this was. I need to start needing to. I need to write myself some show notes. Maybe I can do it in the timer. Yeah, let me do it in the timer. So this is Mike full screen. This is perfect. That's where I want to see it. Candidate introductions is the 4 up, right?
Yep.
4 up. View. Debate rules, same.
4 up.
Okay.
Yep.
And then round 1. Oh, this is going to be in SuperSource 1. Rounds 1, 2, and 3 are the layouts like this, where we're going between showing Slido and not.
Yep.
SuperSource.
Slido and comments if people are.
Oh, and chat, yeah. Which is. Right. I can show Slido and slides. Slido and chat. Rounds 1, 2, and 3. Closing remarks back up to the 4 view.
Yes. Sorry, it's a little blurry on my screen.
Yeah.
I guess.
And closing remarks is just you.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so back to the pre-roll. Phillips's free setting, also known as Aaron Brecky thinking. I do hold very still when I think.
That happened before. Yeah, that's funny. I think I know the moment he was talking about because I was like, wait, did it freeze for you? What do we want visually on credits?
Yeah. So at the end, what do you have a slide that's good?
I don't right now, but I can make one. I can put a final slide on there.
Do we want?
Because I kind of just want to direct everybody right over to the vote.
Right. Okay.
But up for the best way to do that.
Yeah. So the vote page, I can This is kind of fun that the counter counts down. I do wish this was updating live, but we're not going to have time to do that. So didn't I put that in OBS already?
Yeah, you did. Or did we swap it out for the Slido?
I can show
Okay.
either. So I can put this on the screen at the end.
Great.
Can you make a Keynote
Final slide.
final slide? And what we'll do is we will do similar to this layout. I'll have the bottom will be that.
Okay, so I'll leave a lot of
So
space
just leave
at the bottom.
not a lot, just some.
Yeah,
but then put a QR code to that page, and then whatever else.
Okay.
And we'll end it with that. So I'm just going to go make a button for the Stream Deck that will say credits, and this is going to do all of those things. This is going to be SuperSource. SuperSource 2, box source. This was box 3 gets the Ultra Studio fill. Delay that in half a second. We're going to hide box 1 and 2 and 4. No, 4, 3 and 4 stay. 4 is this is the box 4 is the Keynote slides.
Okay, so then I need
Okay, and then this that worked, but I needed the. This is a good idea. Do you have a please stand by technical problems slide just in case? Yeah, that is
not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. I should do that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do that as a graphic in the ATEM itself so that I don't rely on any other stuff. So for this, I think the fastest way for me to do this is in Keynote. And I am getting hungry.
What is?
There's a reasonably not sketchy QR code generator somewhere. It's like bringing an umbrella to guarantee it doesn't rain. Yes. Okay, this is going to... Maybe there was a better template I can use. What's a fun... Oh, the audio is messed up again. Wait, I don't hear it. Oh, wrong one. Why do I... Wait, are you there? Now we don't hear you at all. Let's just reset this. Now, are you there?
Testing. Oh, no,
Okay.
I'm frozen.
Yeah. We're back.
Okay.
Weird. Okay. Well, good thing I'll be listening to the program audio when we're actually live.
My video is frozen.
Oh, I need to toggle this again. There we go. Okay, this is good. We're putting it through.
Okay. Here,
Andy
let me
says,
share this.
possible idea, make sure you don't have advanced audio set to the same device you're trying to use for embedded audio in SDI. I'm not quite sure I follow that. The Zoom client does not have audio joined. This one does. Audio.
That's my QR code. Great.
Seems
QR code works.
This seems right. Zoom ISO has a tab called Advanced. Oh, right. Advanced Audio. Audio device. I don't want advanced audio mapping. But that is what's going, is what's happening. So let's just set it to something else. Let's set it to what's going to not hurt it. I guess this one. I don't care about that one. Okay, hopefully that helps. This is great having Zoom ISO technical support live. Where was I? I was working on
Bring my slide back if you need it.
music. Yeah, go ahead and try slides again. We'll see if that causes chaos again.
Yeah.
Start screen sharing. Is my webcam frozen? No, everything's fine.
Show my meeting. Okay.
And I think your audio is still good.
Checking, test.
I see good levels.
Great. Oops. Resize my windows.
Fantastic. Can you test having more than one guest via Zoom ISO just to double check? I'm not too worried about that right now. Yesterday, when I was setting up the deck link, I did actually have like an iPhone and an iPad and stuff joined to the Zoom. So I think we're fine. I did the full test of like, let's make sure we get separate audio feeds and everything. But, okay. For the music, I'm just going to, I think I can just leave the HyperDeck audio up. I can hear it. Actually, I'm going to turn it.
And the songs are just on repeat.
It just plays once, actually.
Oh, it just plays once. Okay. But it's long enough for the whole time. Yeah.
And we're sending it to Zoom. Oh, right. I was working on the figuring out how long that song was, which was 2 minutes 10. So that means we're going to start the countdown at two minutes. And I don't want to hear. Why is that playing through? Why was that playing through the computer? The countdown is working, but why is the mixer getting the music from the computer? Do I have an extra tab open?
Oh, that's actually, I need to close up a bunch of tabs.
I should restart Zoom ISO before the event just to be safe. Not a bad idea. I guess we can do that. Yeah. Okay, I don't understand where the music's coming from when I do this. Let's turn that off. Am I still getting music? I am. What is playing? If it's not OBS, yeah, the audio here is even muted. Huh. I guess it doesn't really matter. Because it was just in the room. It was just on my computer speakers, not in the stream. So when I play this, right, I needed a button here for a 2-minute countdown. 2-minute countdown. And that I have a page for already. Which tells my countdown to go for 2 minutes. Let's listen to that once more to get the timing on it just right. So I do need to hear my computer now. So this song, Why Markets Matter, which is the opening song, we want the song to end. There's like a chord right at the end at 2 seconds before the end of this. So actually we're going to go for 129 seconds. 127.
Philip says, "Are you recording the stream locally? Remember to set that up before showtime."
It's not a bad idea. Do you want to post a recording of it later?
I think so, yeah.
Like edit it down, or because the live stream will be on YouTube. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? Oh no. Well, I guess we have a forced restart of Zoom ISO. Let's see. That shouldn't have crashed the meeting though, because I should still be in the meeting here. So let me just join from Zoom ISO. Join meeting. Another good reason to keep a separate Zoom client as a host. Okay. Okay, we're back. And then you should see... Oh yeah, I need to restart this one now.
There we go.
Great. Okay, we're back. Hey, that wasn't bad recovery time either.
No, not at all.
And the whole time you were still in Zoom because we have a because I have my Zoom client joined separately. So
Oh, so that's why I never got booted out. I didn't have to redo screen sharing.
yeah, you never got
That's
booted
great.
because the Zoom meeting itself never crashed. It was
Right.
just the Zoom ISO. So good. Okay, if that happens live, that's fine.
This is why we
This
rehearse.
is why we practice. IT never gets also. We saw the credentials. Yeah, I'm gonna make a whole new meeting at this point. Anyway, okay. So the countdown timer. I was working on the countdown timer, so we can do this. Let me just.
And that's cued to the song.
It should be keyed to the song, so I should be able to go like do these both at the same time ish. And then let me just turn
Why
that
markets
volume
matter.
down so it's not as
Markets provide adjustable bonds.
loud.
Markets provide after-hours trading.
You're hearing music, right?
Markets provide arbitrage.
It sounds a little weird.
Sounds a little weird. Oh, I don't
Yeah.
have the original sound for musicians turned on. There you go.
Markets provide brokerage.
Now it should sound normal.
Much better.
Markets
Yep.
provide bulk
Great.
commodities. Markets
So
provide
how
bankruptcy.
loud is that? It's kind of loud. Let me turn it down. Okay, so we're
Crazy
gonna
to go
let this
levels,
timer run
yeah.
out. See how
Great.
it does. Gwen says, I agree that the tech is incredible, but the problem now is that so many clients think it's easy because they use Zoom so much. It's true.
All they have
It's-
to do is come to one of your live streams to know it's not really that easy.
It's just a Zoom meeting. Well,
It's-
now they can watch
it's-
this
yeah.
live stream.
It's funny, like thinking about even like you were saying, using StreamYard and the limitations of that, but also, it does make certain things easier, but it's so much better to be able to pull all of these different elements in and place them. And I feel like for this event specifically, the placing of the bar at the bottom and things like that feels so essential to the feeling of the debate that the pre-made easy stuff doesn't work.
Right. Yeah. In StreamYard or with any of the those kind, it would be like the presets are good for like, oh, you want everybody on the screen, or you want just one person, or you want a screen share and everybody on the side. But then you can't really do much more than that. Okay, here it's about to run out. Let's see how well it lined up.
Okay. So jazzy.
Oh, it's 2 seconds early. Oh, I see. I want the first chord to be where it's 0. So I'm just gonna. It was 2 seconds. Which direction? The timer hit early. No, the timer hit 2 seconds too late. Right?
Because you wanted it to hit 0 on that.
On that first chord. So the timer was early. So I need to add
Yeah.
2 seconds. Okay. Great. So I should be able to just try it again. Okay. Start timer 2 seconds earlier. Yeah. Okay. It's a miracle the Mac isn't catching fire. I don't trust any computer running that many apps. I know. I usually don't either. And unfortunately, if the Mac crashes, the whole stream is basically down because all the guests are remote. I can come on stream, but
The technical director steps in.
okay, I need to make a technical issues slide. It's just going to be still. It's not going to be animated.
Yeah.
After-hours trading. Markets provide agricultural finance agents. Markets provide arbitrage.
How about this?
That's perfect.
Markets provide bond futures. Markets provide
Okay.
brokerage.
So I'm just going to export.
Provide bulk commodities. Markets provide bankruptcy.
Markets
Then-
provide technical issues.
What? Markets provide.
Oh, I just.
And then we go.
Here we go. 20 seconds.
Oh, cool.
Almost.
Oops. I guess that works.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
You kind of get the expansive element as the numbers sort of fade up and across. So yeah.
That'll work. So I'm actually going to make this button press two, one. There we go. So when I press that, it'll also start the music. Okay. So I need a button that's technical issues. And this is going to media player, set source. We'll use, I guess we're not using the media players for anything else. We use 2. And then program media player 2. And beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This close to showtime is always good enough for perfect territory. Yeah. We're getting close enough that we should stop fiddling with it.
Yeah, it
technical
feels like
issues
it's a
is
good spot.
good. And the pre-roll, the credits button. Oh yeah, I did that already. And pre-roll is good. Okay. I think we're done.
Oh wait, so sorry. For credits, you'll come back to. It's just the same as the beginning with the slide for credits because I have the final slide.
You have the final slide. So it's,
Yep.
yeah, it should bring up, let's try it.
Which will be, hold on.
Oh,
will
I
actually
need
be
to,
this one.
box 3 was supposed to be on. That's what's missing. Box 3 should be on. And that is,
Should I just export and send you this slide so that you have it
oh yeah, that
versus
would work.
coming
I can
back
put it
to me?
in the,
Okay.
yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
Okay. I'll have to stop sharing my screen for just a second.
Because then,
Stop share. One moment.
how do I,
Just this.
what's going on with the crop in OBS?
Oh, why is it doing it in black and white? That's weird. Oh, because I said there.
We're going to tweak this a little bit. We're going to do
What's the best format? If I send you
PNG.
like a PNG, okay.
that's where we're gonna. Beautiful.
How do I? Is there an easy way to export just one slide? Why am I?
Oh yeah, you have to. There's a checkbox on the export window.
Oh, okay.
Remember set up recording? Okay, let's do that. Let's use a HyperDeck for that. So,
There we go. Okay.
set. HyperDeck Mini's busy with the. Okay, I'm not using. I'm not using this for anything. So we're gonna do. ME1 goes out to the Matrix 3. Matrix 3 goes to the HyperDeck 2. And that's got the program on it. Now, are we recording to an SD card or to the drive, network drive? We should probably record to an SD card. So I'm going to go change that to the SD card, and we're going to change the format to H.264. Great. And that's working. Yeah, probably a good idea. Tie the recording button to the one that starts the pre-show. I usually do forget to hit record, so let's do that. Pre-roll.
Dropping this image to you in Slack.
Okay. +2.
I will go back to sharing screen.
Oh, I hear your weird audio now.
Oh. That's funny. I started presentation mode, but I'm not sharing my screen yet, so I don't know if that is
Interesting.
it trying to share the audio or something. But yeah, I'll share my screen now.
I just restarted capturing your audio and now it's cleaned up. That's good. That's a faster way than kicking out the whole thing. Okay.
I don't think there should be. I don't think there's any audio in the keynote, unless there are some transitions when the answers to the questions come on. Maybe there's automatic sounds that are attached to that.
It shouldn't be affecting this either way. And okay, so now the credits screen is actually media player 3. No, media player 2. And set media player 2 to end screen. Great. Okay.
Are we at a pause point?
I think so. I think we should take a break and
Okay.
restart all this after with a new Zoom meeting and everything after
Okay.
after the break. So with that, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, great. So I think we'll wrap this up. This is gonna be fun. We've got an hour, no, 45 minutes really until we should get people in for a tech check. So let's plan on inviting them to a Zoom meeting at 1:30. Get them in. We can get everybody's audio settings dialed in. And yeah, cool. So with that, let's I guess we'll say goodbye to Mike for now, and I will wrap this up.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to watch the behind the scenes version of this afterwards.
Yeah. It'll be fun. And yeah, don't forget for channel members, there's a BTS of the actual stream, which will just be a static camera angle. And you'll hear me mumbling to myself, but that'll be running for the whole time. So yeah, thanks a bunch. And thanks, Mike. And we will see you again soon. Fantastic. Okay. So we're just going to wrap this up, and I'm going to go take a break. I need to eat lunch before we get going. So, yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for the nothing like having 100 people looking over your shoulder. Yeah. Thanks, Gwen. Have a great debate, a great live stream today. Extra points to Andy for their help. Yeah, absolutely. That was very helpful, Andy. And we will. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Am I going to reboot the Mac entirely before the show? No, absolutely not. I don't want to touch it now. Okay, great. So with that, thanks to everybody. Thanks for watching. We will see you all again very soon. I just realized that I turned off the audio from that. There we go. Now we got the music running. We will see you all again soon. And yes, feel free to come vote on the Slido. Thanks to all the channel members for all your support. And join the BTS stream. And you can watch what it's like from this side over the next hour. It's gonna go by fast. Definitely spent more time setting this up than we're actually gonna spend live. So it's always fun. But yeah, hopefully this was a good demo of setting up a Zoom ISO stream for a remote broadcast. Thanks again to everybody, and drink some water. It's very hot out there, so drink some water and stay safe. Whew, I need a break. Oh yeah, don't forget, August 4th, live stream from a boat. We will be on a boat live, and hopefully we'll see what other things we can break while we're live. So that'll be fun. Okay, thanks everybody. See you all again later. Bye.